What is up, party people? So, I don't know what's going on. I'm not really sure why I'm here, but I'm on fucking time. Wow. You know what that means, right? They and them? Start adding that bacon. What's up, guys? It's kind of odd being here on time. But hey, better than not being here at all, right? One of the things I wanted to go over today is a little bit more of the conspiracy stuff, but more importantly is the observations that are constantly being made in the claims that are put behind them, regardless of what they're actually showing. And yes, it does feel similarly odd that I am on time. So let's say what's up to everyone. What's up, they and them? What's up, Crash? What's up, Barney? What's up, Sean? And what's up, Running and Alkaline Foods? What's up, Dark Seed? Hey, Amy, how you doing? Bjorn, it's been a while. How you been? And C4, what's up? What's up? And I think that is it for now. Yep. What's up, Montreal? Okay, so let me go ahead and get the hangout or the meetup. I keep saying that, I don't even know why. Well, okay, so let me finish what I was saying. What I wanted to go over is it's just one observation really, and then go back into the conspiratory ideas of things, and then go from there in the discussion. And let me see, put this in here. Okay, now the blah 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 blah. All right, so the observation that I'm talking about is a observation that came out, I think, on the 29th. It's been uploaded by what's the name? Taboo Conspiracies. And then now the person that took the observation, I'm pretty sure is French, because everything about it is in French. So I had to like do a bunch of like what do you call it? Translation. I had to translate a bunch of stuff just to get the data and all the stuff I wanted to. Only to come to let's not go too deep into what happened. Let's I want you guys to see the roadblock I ran into on this observation. Go ahead and throw this link out there right now. Here you guys go. Dark Seed, the lighthouse one, is that the one? It's from Tibet. God damn, from Taboo Conspiracies, right? If it is, then yes. Oh, Sean, you're gonna love this one. Now this is what got me up. What got me frustrated, because I got used to doing these doing this observation thing where I'm looking at the observations, and because I'm not trusting of the data they're giving, I put every bit of data that I can get into it, and then go from there. So, like we did with Travis's. But this one threw a wrench right into it. It sucked. What's up, Crash? How you doing, sir? Hang on, I gotta make my settings right. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. All right, 1 second. Switch camera, or I don't even know why I'm typing it. Bjorn, if you want to come in, before you ask to join, you can turn your camera off if you don't want to do that. But let me see, get everyone else in here. What's up, Sean? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing pretty damn good.
Did anybody else show? Well, I know Sean was there. Was anybody else watching Travis's hangout this morning?
I was in and out. Once I got on the panel and tried to share a few times, I pretty much just left it on mute and kind of walked in and out. I was in the garage a lot, so I don't really know what happened too much. But I can say Travis's stream went a lot better than it did yesterday.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I have to agree there.
Now, what's different? Nothing. Same thing. Make an observation, explain how it's incorrect or correct, and deny. Kind of getting frustrating, but that's why I started doing this, where I just started, like, I randomly run into these distance observations, and I'll just go to those. I'd rather do those than, dealing with the same Travis observations. I will say this, though. Thank you to Travis. Asshole gave me a fucking wrench. I didn't expect that.
I saw that.
I was like, wow. I was, what? He was like, I can trust you with this, right? I'm like, dude, we just had a quarrel. Yeah, of course you can. But yeah, so shout out to Plain Truth, Travis, for that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I got a wrench too. I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, it's like something's up with Travis. I don't know. I'm on time. Travis is giving wrenches to me. Uh-oh.
I got one after his guys timed me out over there for like 30 seconds or 300 seconds or whatever it was.
Really? People were actually getting timed out? I didn't see any of that.
It wasn't today. It was like on his first stream. Dan the Waterman did me.
Oh, Dan. And Dan the Water. That guy is a special case. But I'm not going to talk about him right now.
So with everything going on, is the dome falling?
Apparently.
Yes.
I think so. Nah, I don't think so. It's impossible. Or is it?
They must be shining it or something. That's what it is.
Something's got to be up. I'm here on time. Shit just doesn't make any sense right now. Let's just say it that way.
I love the video Chris Berry shared on Travis's that he didn't show to anybody about Foucault not working.
Wait, what happened? Oh, I can't wait for this one. What happened?
Right, it was like he did a very short Foucault's pendulum and only let it run for 5 minutes, and I did the math on it. It should have only deviated like 1.57 degrees.
Wait, who did this?
Chris Berry shared it, saying that Foucault's pendulum doesn't work because his pendulum didn't deviate.
When did he make a pendulum?
He didn't. He shared somebody else's video.
Oh. Yeah, that was when I got frustrated, because he kept saying, we have to, like, would he debunk it? And I know Travis and Chris started on that one, but I mean, Barney, you said it pretty damn well. The data would be how we know it works. And I was trying to show him, that the pendulum day would be like just random if it were how they're perceiving it to be so inaccurate.
And it's not that you can't get it to be random. Of course you can. You just nudge it in the wrong direction. There is, like, even in the video that he was showing, there is an accompanying video which shows the magnetic motor beneath the stand and all of that. And he says, well, I calculated it to be 32 days, but it ended up 32 hours, but it ended up being 28 hours. And I asked why, and well, they didn't release it accurately enough, and they just swung it a bit to the side so it precessed more. And like, yes, the less careful you are, the more of an error you will get. and you will get an error which will be different every time, right? But if you set up your experiment right, if you are actually attentive and do your best to eliminate the variations, either you will get complete noise, in which case the null hypothesis is considered proven, well, is taken that it was just random chance in your observations, or there will be something there. There will be something where different teams can independently perform the same experiment and get the same result, which is what is happening with all these results.
Wouldn't it?
Right.
Wouldn't it be? Okay, so when I was on the panel with you guys, I pulled up a list of, I think it was 31 glucose pendulums around the world. What Chris was asking was above and beyond. Like he shouldn't even asked us for that data. His goal would be to show how they're not working. Correct.
Well, that whole tossing the other side something to prove, and you have to prove it and I don't have to prove it, that whole thing is ridiculous. If you have a claim, you prove it, not because I tell you to, but because you want to prove the claim,
yeah.
Right? Because you want to be correct.
Yeah, it's your claim.
I don't have to ask you to prove something to me.
Yeah. Okay. I have a good
Right.
question. Because these are the things that kind of confuse me when in these debates or our discussions. They're little ad homs and blah, blah, blahs. In the big picture of things, isn't anyone who is doubting something the one who has the burden of proof? That's just show.
Everybody has the burden of proof.
Well, if I don't, if the Foucault's pendulum means shit all to me, why would I need to show that?
If it means shit all to you, then you don't need to do anything about it. Then it means shit all to you, right? But then you can't argue neither for nor against.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So well, then who really needs to be showing for? I mean, to me,
Everybody. And nobody.
Yeah.
It doesn't work the way that it like in these discussion communities, it gets so oversimplified that it becomes meaningless.
Yeah.
If you have a claim to make, then you need to present your evidence. Your evidence can be convincing or unconvincing. The most convincing kind of evidence is that you give your methodology as exact as it can be so that it can be reproduced by somebody else, right?
Yeah.
If I give you an experiment and you say it's not working, I'm not just going to take your word for it. I'm going to check it for myself.
Yeah, especially if you aren't willing to believe, I guess, the other person's, right?
Right.
So,
Yes.
So in that situation, where did you guys end up leaving off with the pendulum? Because I left after probably about 20 minutes in.
With a disagreement. So at some point, me and Travis had a bit of a falling out. I kind of rage quit. I got annoyed and frustrated and realized I wasn't enjoying myself, and I just said fuck it and left. And then when I cooled down, I came back, but the stream cut out almost immediately after that, and Nathan was there and Chris was there, and it was like we didn't manage to continue our conversation.
Yeah, it turned into fire very quickly.
Well, that leads me to my next question. Does Travis have a shot to have a non-biased morning stream?
No.
A non-biased,
Not
no.
from what I saw.
But he is capable of carrying a conversation, which is everything that I ask of the show, right?
Well,
I don't ask him to believe what I believe. I don't ask him to abstain from all beliefs. Like same thing as your show, right?
yes.
You don't believe everything that everybody in this show says on either side, but you let everybody talk and you kind of try to make sure that everybody gets to say their piece until they become just outright ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or belligerent, or right? So from that point of view, I would say Travis did all right until the point where he got personally invested and started being a debater instead of a moderator.
Yeah. Here's the problem. I think that Travis, and it's weird. It's weird that I even see it. I don't think Travis is confident in his observations, and I think, unfortunately, guys like Chris, Nathan, who are comfortable in this forum, back and forth, and I think he's allowing them to make everyone else full of shit. If that makes sense. Because what I noticed is,
I think part of the problem was Barney was in there, and they were having him and Chris were having a conversation for a little bit, and then when Nathan came in, it turned into a shotgun blast from their side at Barney.
Yeah.
So the conversation went nowhere, and and the point was you couldn't really get to your point because so many different things were brought up. You would have sat there for 2 hours explaining everything to them.
Yeah, that's where it really gets frustrating. It's almost like a slap in the face listening to Chris say there's no Coriolis after me and him had a debate.
So with Chris and Travis, at least I can carry a conversation, even if we disagree wildly. With Nathan, I literally don't have anything to talk to him. He's not making claims in respect to Earth at all. In respect to, he is just making assertions that he has won something.
Yeah,
you are wrong, I am right, you are stupid, and this is all Globers are idiots, and I have won, and the Earth is okay. Anything? Any argument to that at all? No, nothing.
I honestly hope Travis is running along with it for, how do you say it? Views? not the shit show part of it, just having Nathan there, because they're so completely fucking different when it comes to conversation. Completely different. The problem is that Travis gets militant when they're around.
No, he was okay for the most part. He was okay. The only part where I had an issue, that was not an issue with him, that was an issue of mine when I quit. I got frustrated. I got too invested into trying to communicate and failing over and over and over and over again, and just lost it.
It happens. It definitely happens. Especially, it definitely matters on who it is. Chris is a pain in the ass to fucking talk to, because he comes across like he's willing to have a good conversation with you, but in the long run, he just wants to tell you no. But at least he does experiments, and he will do them correctly if you stay on him about it. Oh, it's kind of weird. It's like
you have to hold Chris's hand to get him to do something correctly.
Yeah, but see, he's been around like the quantum erasers too long. I think he's playing the argument more than he's playing what's actually happening. But that's here nor there. But I am happy to say that it did go better than yesterday. Maybe it'll get a little bit better. I mean, Travis does listen. He's not a complete asshole. So maybe if enough people say. But then again, I don't think he's even really laid out a clear what he's doing with those streams anyway. He may not want it to be like Jose's.
Yeah. So it's definitely a new situation of being the sole glober in a panel of flat earthers. That I don't think I've ever done that before.
You never been to 24/7?
No,
I have.
I've been to Jam Panda's Discord, but
no.
I
24.
my forte is talking one-on-one to people and carrying kind of meaningful conversations, and having 20 people on the panel or 50 people on the panel in Discord where everybody just talks and trolls at the same time and shouts. Like, no, sorry.
Yeah, no, you 24/7 is the worst place on earth. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Flat earthers are scared to go there sometimes. What's up, Toady? How you doing, sir?
Hi guys, what's the rumpus?
What's up? Where's Rumpus?
It's a famous expression from a really good film by the Coen brothers called Miller's Crossing. So the character comes in and he goes something like, hey everyone, what's the rumpus? Meaning, because it's an old English word that means sort of fun and games or what's happening. Yeah.
Okay. I get it now.
Which is probably why it was used for the rumpus. Like it's
What is all the
fuss.
commotion about?
Commotion's a great word. Exactly, Barney. Commotion. Yeah, exactly. Commotion's a perfect word. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
So, well, we've, the death of Jose Show has been a sad blow. Obviously, the Meekin has been kidnapped and taken away. Plain Truth seems to have launched his own little event show, which is interesting. Let's hope that will improve. I did have a chat with him actually before we did the shows, but I'm not sure that had much of an effect. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But what's happening with you guys? How are things going?
Did I just get radically misquoted in the side chat? Jason McCormick says, Barney once said if he didn't believe in the globe, he would be a concaver.
Well, you got to remember, Jason is the only concaver in existence. You may see other avatars saying concave, but that's him. He's the only concaver on Earth.
So, Jason, that's not what I said. I said that if the Earth was flat, it would look concave due to refraction.
He's like 80% troll, 20% okay. It's weird. He's a good dude. I like Jason. I don't care if he's trolling or not. He's a cool dude. But yeah, he's a troll.
So what's happened anyway? I've been out of it for a few days. What's going on? What's happening with Travis and his show? And because I just came in and I think it sounded like you were talking about that. What was the summary?
Oh, I just wanted because yesterday didn't sound too good for the Travis stream, but I was there for the beginning and probably the first hour and a half, and I was saying, hey, it actually today seemed a lot better. I didn't see the end of it, and then we were discussing that part of it, but.
Well, why was it not so good the day before? What was the problem? Was it very long? Was it very
Travis
people weren't invited?
100% Travis jitters. First time. It was nothing that because we were talking about it yesterday. It was nothing we contribute to Travis. It was, that time slot. First time, he's being put on the spot. Technical shit happens when you first start streaming.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean like the production.
It was nothing that and none of us held him.
There's stuff like using the long Hangouts links in chat. Can people on Android phones have issues with those? And tried to explain it to them and stuff like that. Today was much better.
Yeah, he moved to Zoom today, but he's going to have problems with that too because it's the free version, not the paid one.
Oh yeah, and
somebody has a paid one. So a guest on the show has a paid Zoom and opened the room for him.
Yeah.
So I guess what I said to him was a couple of things. Not that they're that insightful, really, but. You can see from the Jose show that it is possible to have a hangout with people who have a discussion and have a debate, right? We had many successful debates on Jose's format, right? I think the thing that Jose did well, my take on it, is he very cleverly separated his own personal views on the shape of the Earth actually from the show format. So I always felt that when Jose was here on your show, Sean, he was actually much more sort of Jose the ball earther, if you like,
Mm-hmm.
than when he was on his panel.
Yeah.
And he also, I think, bent over backwards for any flat earthers. I mean, sometimes that kind of annoyed me personally, but it's not my show.
Yeah, but that was the right thing to do.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I was going to say, Barney. It was the right thing to do, because if you want to have a debate, the strength of the people from that side to debate, there's less of them for a start, right? I think probably sometimes it was too many of us there. 16, you don't need 16. And as I say, I always thought the pace was relentless, because the time one of us, as I say, had stopped saying a point, bang, someone's in with another point. So I always think the more interesting conversations do tend to be the 2-to-1s or the 2-to-2s or the 1-to-1s, because I think then you get a true back and forth. If it's just people hitting, you know, it can get relentless, and whichever side you're on, it's very difficult for people. But I don't know how Travis will cope with some of those things, because they're difficult, right? They're difficult. And Travis is very passionate. Unlike Jose, I think he may find it more difficult to divorce himself from the emotions, right? So Jose was very good also about that, I think. Do you see what I mean? Taking the emotions out of it. And it takes a special person to do that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For me, it was...
I totally agree, Tony.
For me, it was pretty simple. The respect part is pretty simple, because that's just how I feel everything should be. I don't care about the shape part. But what Jose did, I couldn't do. I can't just completely take myself out. I hear something and I'm like, oh, I want to jump in. So I had to realize real quick, I'm not going to be the moderator. You know what I mean? I can only keep it respectful here and go back and forth. Plus, I get triggered pretty damn simple, pretty easy too. So I can't say, you know, I'm the best moderator. But at the same time, you can get triggered, you can be upset, you can get frustrated, and your attitude before and after it is really what matters. I think it's when those, you know, when Erebus and Travis get in the same panel, neither one of them are ready to ever drop it. So it's, you know what I mean? There's never going to be a decent conversation.
So I think Travis was talking about people like, about people like Brenda and Rumpus, and maybe they didn't contribute a lot, and you know, he may not have them on, right? Which I kind of, you know, I kind of partially get that. You know what I mean? Because they will dominate the show, and we know what we're going to get with Brenda and pretty much with Rumpus. But I think he's on less good ground from my point of view with people like LK. Now, I know LK pushes that last 200th show. I think he pushed Travis pretty hard on, you're not answering stuff, you're prevaricating, you're obfuscating. But people like LK are never normally too dominating, and he's got very good observations that LK's done, pictures he's taken himself. So I think if you're going to have a show and you are really bringing both communities together, you probably can't really exclude people like LK, even though he may say things that are a bit, what I call spiky, you know what I mean, that you might not want to hear. So it's going to be a skill how Travis navigates those waters.
Again, and I said this 1,000 times, it's not easy. Live streaming, it's easy to hit that little go live button and talk, but to try to fit a slot and piggyback from something that was happening, not easy. It's not easy at all.
I think that's Travis's biggest problem, though, is where he gets such a strong character as Nathan Thompson and stuff on, then it tends to push him towards being that, taking him away from hosting a panel as opposed to and pushes him into the debating side. And I think that's, if he can manage that side of it, then he's got an opportunity for a good show.
It's all to what he's there for. Because here's the thing, I would completely understand if he had Nathan on all the time, because Nathan's going to bring people there. It's going to happen. He's a shit show waiting to happen. The problem is Nathan's a hype man, and I think Travis, you know, can get hyped by him. So it will drive him away from that moderating role. Then again, he doesn't need to moderate, really. As the real aspect of this whole forum that everyone's doing is, it needs to be respectful.
So speaking of hype, ain't nobody got stabbed over no chicken sandwich, all right?
Ooh, what the fuck? I'm so confused. Who said that?
That's a hype. They're trying to tell you that somebody stabbed somebody over a chicken sandwich. It wasn't over a chicken sandwich.
It was over some. Yeah, exactly.
Channel Q, what did you stab them over for?
I don't stab. I never stabbed anybody in my life, Barney. Ever. I'm not a violent person. I can get incredibly angry.
Okay, what
Hear
did you
one
do
threat.
to them over a chicken sandwich?
I didn't do. I don't eat
That's the
chicken.
thing. That's the thing, Barney. It's not about the chicken sandwich.
It's not about the chicken sandwich.
It's just they happen
No
to
one
be
got
eating
stabbed
a
over
chicken
some
sandwich
chicken
when it
sandwich.
happened.
She said nobody stabbed anybody over a chicken sandwich. There are two possible hypotheses there. Either it wasn't about the chicken sandwich, or it wasn't a stabbing. I tried with the first. She said it wasn't a stabbing. Therefore, it must be something
No,
about
it
a
wasn't.
chicken
No,
sandwich.
it definitely was a stabbing. Somebody
But
definitely was stabbed.
I'm not visualizing that, Barney. I'm imagining a really big chicken sandwich on a table, two guys facing each other, and the guy's stabbing the other guy, but he's kind of going around the chicken sandwich, right? He's not doing it over the top of the chicken sandwich.
It's
Yeah.
more like this. It's more like two guys were waiting in line for a chicken sandwich, and then they got into a fight and went outside, and one of them stabbed the other one. And now the news is saying that somebody stabbed somebody over a chicken sandwich.
Damn, I thought flat Earth was bad.
This is why I
I
don't watch
just
the
only
news
I only
anyways.
brought it because Sean was talking about hype, and I was like, "Well, this is hype, dude."
Well, what else
That's
is
They're
Nathan?
trying to sell chicken sandwiches over the death of an innocent person.
Well, like what else does Nathan do?
Who, Nathan Thompson?
Yeah, that's all he does. Is he
I probably-
hypes it. Flat
Probably
Earth.
doesn't
Stabs people over chicken
smell bad
sandwiches?
even for having 8 shower heads.
I make
Well, that's why I think.
I could see him getting
Sorry.
stabbed over a chicken sandwich though.
No, he's the type to do the stabbing, not the type to get stabbed.
Get stabbed. Yeah, I think it's odd because I don't quite see the two personalities fitting with each other, like Travis and Nathan. Because as you say, you know, Travis will want to have debates in that, and
They
Nathan's
probably
the hype
both
man.
grew in the same cabbage patch.
Did
Who?
they? Yeah.
I think probably they both sprouted from the same cabbage
Who?
patch. That's what it is. Travis and Nathan.
No, not even close. They're so
Yeah, they
completely
probably
different.
did.
They're so
No,
completely
they're like-
yeah.
They're like
di-
twins.
They're
Oh
different.
yeah. Okay, so Nathan will hype everything all up, and then he'll say something, and then he'll go ahead, take it away, Travis. He's the total hype man.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it develops. Good luck to Travis. I mean, you know, good
Absolutely.
him
They
doing
say-
it.
They say
But
that
I-
males with borderline personality are rare.
Who? Males?
Yeah, it's very rare that you'll find a male with borderline personality disorder.
Yeah, we got full personality disorders.
You're being
Yeah,
sarcastic there, Channel Q, at the moment. You're being tongue in cheek.
We're talking about Nathan, so I just thought we'd cover all the bases.
All the
Okay.
bases.
But let's not talk about him anymore. But let's talk about the task at hand. I wanted to show you guys this.
Tasks.
Well, there's a
Task at
video
hand, what's
that I'm
that?
gonna. Okay, so I came across a video, an upload from Taboo Conspiracy 2, who got this video from. I'm not even gonna try to say the guy's name. He's from France, I think, but he basically took the observation and is, you know, just spreading the word that this world record photography of 326 miles is impossible and proves flat Earth. But what I've been doing is I've been seeing these observations and I take all the data I can and then I, you know, go into and fact check that data as much as I can to come to the conclusions. And this one frustrated the crap out of me because I did exactly that. Google Maps, the whole 9, elevation charts, topo maps, everything. And
Yep.
I'm gonna leave the
And
conclusion
it proves
to
the flat
my.
Earth.
Well,
And it proves the flat Earth. I can tell where this is going, Sean.
let's watch this and we'll see what happens. Because, man,
I don't think that's what's going to happen, Toady. Toady, calm down. That's not what's going to happen.
It is. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, Channel Q. It's going to happen.
It's not.
It is. It is.
yeah, the first flat Earth evidence.
I doubt this very much, guys.
There's going to be no sound. The mountain you're looking at right now
Well,
is
how can
going
it be
to
proof with no sound?
because I don't want to do the whole patching the sound through, and it's pretty simple. They took the picture from that mountain.
No sound, no proof.
Okie doke.
It's pretty self-explanatory. Give it a second.
It's a mountain.
And you tracked this mountain down and you verified it was this mountain.
Yes, I've done all that.
Okay.
This looks like a South American mountain. What's going on?
Okay, so this is not.
Pyrenees. Oh.
Okay, so this isn't where the observation was made from. They're only this guy is only showing the mountain in which he took the picture from right now. I don't know why it's relevant.
So he wasn't on the beach then at all.
No,
He's just saying, here's a picture of Peak Salifort, which is where he took it from. Okay.
Yep, and he's kind of just giving.
So we're in the French Pyrenees, yeah? We're in the French Pyrenees as well. Yeah.
And I'll go over that. So he's looking. They're talking about the previous world record observation. Okay, so this is. This is the distance. He's kind of just showing where everything is. I verified it. There is a little lighthouse on this island on the Paradis.
Well, that's Italy there. That's where you are. Isn't that Italy there? Oh, no, hang on. Corsica, right.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Sorry, Italy's above it, yeah. Because I've been to Genoa and Liguria.
Okay, so, when I looked it up and everything, I at first, because the name is pretty damn deceiving, the one on the left, it's Port de Sailor or something like that. But it's not a port. It's actually that mountain that we were just looking at.
Yeah, Puig. Does that mean peak or something? But anyway, okay.
I think so. I'm not.
Actually, I've been there. I've actually been there. Not that peak, but I've been to Corsica.
Okay, so now they're going to show. He's going to. So this is from the mountain that we saw in the very beginning. This is the island and the lighthouse that is being observed from the 326 miles.
So hang on, he's looking from the peak to Corsica. Is that correct? That way, or is he looking from Corsica to the peak?
He's looking from the peak towards Corsica.
Yeah.
Right, and he's looking out the lighthouse. Yeah.
I checked this and everything. So the height of the island is 85 feet, and then the tower itself is 55 feet.
But he's standing on a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, he's standing on.
He's standing on a mountain. Yeah,
he's going to be able to see a lot of curvature from the top of the mountain.
So the mountain he's on is it says it's 2,943 feet. In the upload, the guy keeps saying 3,000 something. So I don't know why, but this is Google Pro verified, Wikipedia verified.
Okay, so yeah, just a quick thing. There is strangely around Sardinia and Corsica, which is actually where I was there, a number of odd anomalies, to do with elevations, but I need to go and find out the facts because one of the reasons that I was actually there.
What's the temperature? What's the daylight? What would the average day be like in September there?
Warm.
It's actually not going to be relevant because when you get to the actual,
what if it's
it'd be warm? It'd be warm.
Yeah, see, I mean,
it'd be like a warm cold.
It does matter. Trust me, it matters. It matters.
It'd be warm. So September. So when did we go there? Yeah, it'd be nice and warm, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is where you took the observation from.
Okay.
I'm trying to build that. I'm going to build this mountain.
And then here comes the frustrating part. Because I stopped everything the second I got here.
All right.
This is the photo that was taken.
Yeah. So
what he is circling is the island and the lighthouse. But
this looks like what happens with Xboxes. This is like the red circle of death. This isn't a photograph of a lighthouse.
Are we positive that is a correct identification of the lighthouse and of that island? I mean, look, I could say, let's look to the left.
It actually is. It actually has been verified.
All right,
okay.
All right, but how? By what method?
Yeah,
this photograph?
This is
it's
actually
a white speck.
This observation actually is the new world record. That's how.
I'm still doubtful about how it's been verified because I'd say this picture contains not a lot of information.
Whoever records that shit, I don't know. If you go to, I'll put the link in the chat. But the guys who did the actual guy who made the observation, he has like a whole bunch of stuff all over about it. And I didn't save the links for that stuff because once I got to this point, I was irritated because all those numbers that he was pushing out right here, I 100% believe is the look over here. You've invested yourself into putting all this data, right? But I'm pretty sure it's pretty simple to know what the hell is happening right here. Like I said, I verified it. This is a record. That is the lighthouse that is being observed. But I mean, is there any question that it's refraction?
It's definitely not the lighthouse.
Definitely.
It's not the lighthouse. The lighthouse is only 130 feet tall, including the base it's on.
Yep.
Immediately to the right, you should see a mountain 40 times higher than that.
Problem
Yep,
is,
exactly.
This is refraction, though. We're not
Yeah, but
seeing it.
Yeah, but that was the first point when I first saw this photo was I said, "Where's the other mountain?" Because just like Brian said, directly to the right of that should be a whole nother mountain that's way taller than that lighthouse.
So just so, I mean, maybe I'm blind or seeing things badly. I'm looking at a picture which has got a great big red circle on it. Okay, and there's like a sort of a little brownish sort of hump in the middle, and then it's got this kind of, if I could make it out, maybe a white spot on it that supposedly could be the lighthouse. Yeah. But by the way, if you look to the left of the circle, the outer rim of the circle on the left, and then you go, it's disappeared now. But if you went slightly to the left of that, there's also something that I could say is a sort of white spot, maybe on a bunch of headland or something. So
it looks like a dead pixel. You're right.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with the quality of this image being something that one could verify. That's all.
So,
and I'm not even getting to the calculations yet, because by the way, I don't mind if it is or it isn't, or it is refracted or isn't. But I'm just saying the quality is really bad.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely not the lighthouse. It's most likely a dead pixel because there are several pixels just like it over on the left. And when he zooms in, you can see it on the right. You could even make an argument they're the same sort of pixels on the water.
My pareidolia sees a bunch of boats sitting over there, dude. What's going on?
And by the way, the other thing is, if you look back in the middle of the picture that you showed, it almost looks like there's a sort of square effect where it's like coming out from the middle as well. It almost looks like there's an atmospheric effect in the middle, but I'm sure we'll go back to that when we look at it.
Yeah,
but you're going to show us what it looks like from the side, are you? Yeah.
I think the picture's garbage.
So we can see this missing.
Okay, so this is where the lighthouse is.
Okay.
Get a better view so you guys can see. Trying to get it so I can see.
Yeah. Can you drop a thing in there so you can be on the water? Will it do that, you little man? Or?
Yeah, I gotta look up. Well, it depends on if someone's ever took a picture there. Get out of that. Yeah. Nope. I don't think anyone's taken an actual picture there.
Okay.
I have another map thing I use. See if that will be better for that.
Where are all the trees?
Where's the lighthouse?
It's just a big rock.
I'm just not seeing the lighthouse. Okay.
It's there. I've seen it. It's in the center. Go back.
That's not it right there? Is it right there?
Where's the lighthouse? Sorry, I'm probably looking at the wrong thing again. Could you point to where I'm looking? I'm seeing a red sky at the moment.
Right. Red sky.
It's not presenting anymore.
Sean, you're not presenting. I can't see anything.
Yeah, I don't know what you're presenting, Sean, but maybe you were presenting something different to us.
No, it was on the wrong screen.
You're showing Google Earth.
Yeah, here we go.
It was on your secret screen.
What the hell?
You're not presenting, dude.
I know. I was trying to figure out which screen it was.
Updated.
I got five. I have 5 screens. When I share, my screens have to all load up, so I got to know which one it is first. Sorry.
Right. So there's a lighthouse. Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, on a rock. Great. Looks different to the rock you showed us earlier, but okay, fantastic.
Well, I'll get the side profile in a second. I hate this.
That's south of France, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Corsica. Well, it's right off the coast of Corsica.
As I say, there is a huge. There's There's a
I think I
huge
see the large
discrepancy there.
monster.
That's this is a very large peninsula. Or this is a peninsula, right? Not going crazy.
Where are you seeing a peninsula?
It looks a little like a
thing
penis.
right there.
Oh, it's
It does actually.
There we go. Now there's a peninsula.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a penis now.
I'm trying to find the little.
I don't know what
I'm
kind of
wrong,
men
I'm
you've
not
been
wrong.
meeting, Q, but
What meat? I don't eat meat.
no. The kind of men you've been meeting. Not the meat you've
No,
been eating.
I don't meet men.
I'm not that rude.
I don't pay attention to men.
Yes, I know it's somewhere.
Best not
here.
to.
Where are you?
Was he in Nice? I thought he was in this mountain.
Somewhere in here.
I'm still
He was up to
struggling.
the north a little bit, wasn't
You
he?
need to go more inland.
I'm still really struggling, right? We're seeing a
Oh, this close
thing on a
to me.
rock, and then we're seeing this picture that doesn't really look very much like it. There's got to be more to it than that.
Where is that stupid place? Name I cannot pronounce.
PUIG.
Somewhere around this
See,
area.
a problem-
Pretty sure it's right here.
a big problem.
Like, I
with this
certainly
is
wouldn't
even if he's-
convict somebody on this evidence, right? I would not convict someone on this evidence. Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
jury.
What's the
Definitely
field of view on the camera when it's zoomed all the way in? If it's greater than 2 degrees, he would absolutely have the mountains of Corsica in the field of view.
I'm thinking there's a chance you went the wrong direction, Sean.
There's a good chance I did. Up in.
Forget.
It's like right.
Yeah, I
in
think
this
he's up
area.
to the
guy could
north.
have been. Yeah.
leading through that little channel right there, the cut in along that mountain range across Milan.
Have you gone to the wrong place, Sean? Because
No, not
Limona,
certain.
Liguria, they were.
It's just I don't know where it is, so I can't just
That's
go
Right.
to it.
If you go back out, I mean,
I'm too
yeah,
far.
okay.
You know
which
where
place
it
are you
is?
looking for?
In the search, just put it in the search bar, Sean. You'll find it easier. Just stick it in the search bar up on the left. The name of it.
What?
Well, it was Pigua.
Solid. Solid or something like that. Looked like it said like Stallet. Like SALLAT
It was
or something.
Puig, wasn't it? PIUG.
How about I just do this?
PUIG. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
And then it was like something with 2 letters and then a Stallet
Yeah.
word.
Go in that direction. It should be heading of about 260, something like that.
I think it was 81. I'll just do this.
We're not looking at
Make
Google
my
Earth
life easy.
anymore.
Was anyone in the chat? Just stick the name in of what this peak was. Can't even see it there.
I'm gonna Google.
What was it called?
What
It's
direction?
definitely Puig.
I'm just being lazy now.
What direction is your line going now, Sean?
Northwest.
Northwest.
He's got his map turned
Okay,
around.
see.
Look where his north is.
Oh, you're headed north. I think.
So I mean, that's why he's in
heading-
completely the wrong
heading-
place. That's
Yeah,
what I said.
heading
He's in
on the
completely the wrong
direction.
place.
Heading's
Yeah,
about
I said you're in the wrong
about
place.
260.
I said it
Because I've
first.
been to all
Cody.
those places. Yeah, all right.
It's gonna be down
I
here.
said it first. I said, Sean, are you sure you went the right direction?
I'll let you have that. But as soon as I said
Because I
Liguria,
have
I
it.
know he's in the wrong
You're
place
not
because I
letting
lived
me.
there.
Did you actually expect a man to ask for directions?
No, I didn't. That's why I
We'll
just went
just
ahead
keep
and
going.
told Sean he went the wrong way.
Puffing more and more.
Down
Down
in there
more?
somewhere.
We'll get there in a
Yeah,
minute.
right in there.
That's looking
Yeah,
better.
Davies, where it is.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
When you're in Spain now.
Baja.
No, we're in Spain.
Bit
baby.
too far down. Yeah, you want to go up a little bit. You've gone too far down. You're not in Catalonia. They're very proud
Any of
people.
those Damn
But
places
too far
are.
down.
Flat Earth needs a geography lesson.
Yeah, you want to go up a little bit. That's better. Nearer the Pyrenees now. You want to go into the Languedoc.
Somewhere in here, right?
Lovely wines there. Yeah, it's just somewhere there. But I would just. Can someone not just Google the name?
Yeah, no, I could
I
actually
did.
just look right here.
What do you want me to do after I Google the name?
All right.
Tell
Well,
us
tell
what it
Sean,
is.
and then he could put it in, because otherwise we're just going to watch Sean trying to get a European geography lesson for the next half an hour, which is fun. I agree, but
Speak for yourself.
All I can find is this one that says it's that PUIG word with the word major after it. I can't find it. Whatever this is,
I'll look it.
I know what I'm looking at. I'm just getting it right now. Like, for sure.
because I don't know. I don't remember what the words
the
were.
information.
I have it,
Last
I have it
word.
written down right here. I don't know why I just don't do this.
Here we are. World record photography, Guinness Book of Record. This is obviously a different one. This one is Pete Gaspard. That's not the one you went to, is it?
That's the actual. That's the actual.
That's Peaks
longer
in
photo.
Morocco. I don't know. MALLORCA. These are
I
peaks
got it,
there,
guys. I
and
got
I
it.
found it there. No, I found it.
No, I just did.
I did.
Damn, you guys are way
Q
off.
found it. Q found it. Q
Okay,
was right.
so-
She said you went in the wrong way.
Now you got the
Brilliant.
fun
Now
part.
stick a marker down
There it
this one
is.
so we don't
Cell
lose it
Fort.
again.
I was so close.
There we go.
I knew it was Pugue Day Salafort. I thought it was Salatet, but it was Fort.
Fugue.
I don't know.
Pugue.
All right, I'm not French.
Okay. Pui.
French people
No.
say
Pugue
things
de
like
Salafort.
Pugue, and it,
Oh,
they say
Pugue
that.
de Salafort.
Yeah, I guess you would definitely see.
And what were we looking at on this version, Sean?
Okay, so from left to right is the observations. This is right here.
The distance.
Yeah, right now we're just doing. I just got the distance up right now. Pull it back up. Where is it?
See, now that's a lot closer.
Oh, I know what I can do.
Why, if they're seeing all of that, are they not seeing a load of the other stuff to the right? If they're seeing that blinking lighthouse, there's a bloody great island with a load of peaks on it to the right.
Yeah, you're. This is the
It's
profile.
not gonna, yeah,
I'm going to show you right now underwater stuff.
it's not going to help you a lot, though, is it?
Nope, not. I didn't get it
There's
long enough.
no curve there. That's just.
Now, so you guys are saying that, excuse me, in this one, which one did I put it in? So for this photo, so for this one, you're saying that in this area, we should see.
Well, if
So
you're
that
seeing a
bigger-
thing that is
like more
actually
of a
that
lighthouse?
lighthouse,
Mhm.
yeah, if they're zoomed in and they're seeing that lighthouse, I would be expecting to see a load of those other Corsican hills on the right.
Well, I see.
I don't know how far they're zoomed
Can
in.
it just be a wave with some like mist at the top of it, like a whale?
That's what I mean. I mean, it just
No.
could be a bit of
That
flotsam.
definitely. Well, see, because
Anything.
to me, I can see what seems to be a better picture of like land.
Sean, if you were seeing land there, you'd have a problem that there's land immediately to the right of that is 10
I'm
times
gonna-
higher than that island.
But
I'm gonna
that's
take
all
this picture
refracting,
and
though.
zoom in on it and
That's what
cut
I'm trying
squares
to.
out of it and ask you if you see land in them.
That's what I don't understand.
It's not refracted at all. It's not refracted like that, Sean. What you're seeing is basically a dead pixel and some pareidolia.
What is
Yeah,
that?
and a
Like, you're
lot of
not seeing
water. Look
land
at all
in
the
any-
water
anywhere at all.
droplets on the lens.
So-
Look at how many water droplets you can see on the lens. This lens is covered in water.
Like this is. You don't think that's land?
I agree. It is covered in water because
That's
look at the
not
bit in
land
the
at all.
middle.
Okay.
You can see in the middle. If you look in the middle of the screen where you've got that great big thing
Yeah,
now,
I'm
your
moving it right
bar. Yeah, move it to the right. Look, can you see in the middle of his screen? It's like,
Full of water.
can you see that kind of
Oh,
water
okay.
blob? Exactly, that kind of distortion. Can you see it? It's like magnifying everything in the middle.
Yep.
No,
and there's a bunch in
there.
the corners. Yeah.
No. It's the whole lot in the middle. Can you see?
Oh,
It
I
looks
can
like
see.
it's like an explosion, and there's
Yeah,
like a circle.
it's the actual circle. Yeah.
Exactly, it's almost the actual circle. Go inside the circle, and there's a whole circle there. You've probably
I can
obscured
see
it
a
now.
bunch of
There's
spots
actually
like
like a
that now.
circle of distortion there. It's like
It's all wet.
just a mess.
Yeah, running straight up from
It
the
drips on it.
supposed lighthouse. If you look, there's almost like a cutoff in the clouds right up
Yep.
above it. but there's no cutoff on either side of it.
And if you look closely, you can see Pebbles Flintstone in the clouds above the white dot.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a circle above there. Can you see it? There's two circles with a white dot as well. There's another white dot up there in the clouds, isn't there? There's two circles. Those water droplets that Q is talking about.
Okay, so this is a water droplet then.
Did Travis make this picture?
No.
I'm pretty sure this is just a close up of a flat Earth tear. It's like this is like the lash line, and then the tears are dripping out.
I mean, as I say, that can't be evidence for very much, can it?
No, I'm not to
I don't
me.
think it's evidence of anything.
Go back to that other picture that you were just on, Sean. That was interesting. That one,
Evidence
the
of a
context
bad
one.
photograph.
There, this one. Oh no, that one, the context one, not that one. The context one. Yeah, that one. That's where they've taken this circle from, have they?
Yes.
Can we see the land there? I can't. Hang on, let's have a look.
Don't show us the zoomed in one.
I mean, that could be anything.
I can see what could be, but I mean, like I just see 8 or something. I'm not saying I see it.
I can't see anything. I mean, that could be absolutely anything. And then zooming in on that and then saying that that's the lighthouse is...
It could be a ship 50 miles out there.
That's what I mean. It's what I'd call highly speculative.
Of the sky.
Want something less speculative? It's not quite that large of a distance. It's about 180 miles. Would that pique your interest?
Oh, is there something hanging out at 180 miles?
180 miles.
Well,
yeah.
Wait, what?
Guaranteed, verifiable, guaranteed.
Yes, what is it? Look, I'll show you where I got everything. All right, look. It's definitely more than 180 miles.
I think it was put down to like 323 or something.
I'm talking about a different one. I'm saying that I can show you a guaranteed one.
Barney's saying he's got one that there's no debate about. It's guaranteed to be whatever he says it is.
Oh, so you're
whereas
saying
this one, I think, is this one is. I'm not sure we can do a lot with it, right?
That's what I mean. That's what frustrated me. To me, if you're seeing anything, it's just you're seeing it due to refraction.
No,
I think you're imagining it. I think you're imagining whatever you're seeing there.
That's pure imagination on your part. I'm sorry.
Isn't what we're looking at effective refraction? That the sunset?
That one's there. That one there is the Alps, isn't it?
No, it's the. I think it's the Pyrenees.
This is the Pyrenees again.
Oh yeah. That's right.
No, the Apennines, the Pyrenees, the Apennines.
Pyrenees, yeah.
The Italian chain of the one. So this one. Right?
What's that called? I don't know that one. What are they called?
I think it's called the Apennines.
Okay.
So this is the Pyrenean Peninsula, and this is the
Apennine Peninsula. Okay, so the Apennines. Never heard of those mountains. That's interesting.
Okay.
Learn something every day. Okay, cool.
This chain of mountains here.
Brilliant.
A shot taken from here.
Okay, from
above Split.
Above Split. Okay.
So, by the way, this is my homeland. This is Croatia.
Ah, right. Okay.
And this happens every now and then after the land winds Buddha clears the air. You can actually see from the mountains on the shore all the way to Italy. The distance is, I actually know where the photo was taken, so I can measure directly.
But you're quite high up, aren't you?
The altitude of the photographer is something like 700 meters.
Okay.
Second. Sitno. It's around here somewhere. What? I just said it.
Well, photo looked pretty clear.
Right.
That one. So what are we doing? So we're 700 meters up, you're saying, and we're
700 meters up
to the Apennine, which is also quite high up, and we're seeing the mountains.
The Apennines are 2.5 kilometers tall.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised you yet, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
It's not surprising. It's what would be expected. Sorry. Monte Amaro is what is its height? 2.5 kilometers, right? The highest peak. And that's the I think it's this peak here. I'm not sure, but I think it's that peak here. And it was taken from an observatory, which is why am I not seeing it?
So what are we saying? We're saying we shouldn't be able to see 100 miles. Is that right? Should everything be behind the curve?
It depends on how high you are and what the atmospheric conditions are. Right. So this distance is usually not visible due to two effects. One effect is refraction is usually not that high, and the other effect is the visibility is not that good. Right. On most days, you literally just can't visibly see that far through the atmosphere.
But you need refraction, do you, to be able to see that far? Because I've been up in the Alps before, and it's been a clear day, and I can see a couple hundred miles. You know, I can see a long, long way. I've looked across from Poland to all sorts of places before. That place where you stand on those peaks, you can have a leg in each leg in each
these
country.
Are the Alps. You know? These are the Alps. This is Poland. I don't see how that.
You don't think that's too difficult? Okay.
Alps to Poland.
Yeah.
No.
Not possible, you don't think?
Not possible. That would be by far the world record.
Just zoom in a bit. Just zoom in a bit on where you can put a leg in. It's supposed to be 5 countries, just to have a look at the place where I seem to remember I was.
So let's say you're from the Austrian Alps.
No, don't say where I am. Let's look. It's looking from Poland, because I was in Poland, and I know it was in a place where I think you could. There's definitely, I think, 4 or 5 countries met. So I'm trying to work it. It's near begins with a Z. That's not helpful, is it, in Poland? Near Krakow. It's a famous mountain range.
Zakopane.
Yeah, that's it. Zakopane. There you go.
Okay. This is Zakopane.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was there, and they said, look, there's the Alps. Yeah. How far is it? Just out of interest. There. I mean, they might have been lying. So let's say it was the Austrian Alps. Let's say be generous to them. How far is that?
Zakopane to the Austrian Alps is 400 kilometers.
No, you couldn't see that far. It's too far.
Right. I guess you could see.
It's one of my childhood. I'm going to Google it now. They lied to me.
You've been indoctrinated.
I have.
Your whole life is a lie now, Tony.
It was a clear day, and they said you can see. Yeah, they definitely said the Alps. They definitely said the Alps. Hang on, I'm going to go look it up. Right, I'm going to go away now. It's very sad. Made me very sad. That's one of my favourite. We climbed up this mountain. It took all day. It took all day to get to the top of this mountain. We didn't have horses. There were no cars. We bloody climbed the thing. And the last bit, I nearly fell off the edge. And I was quite little. And they said, oh, look, you can see all these different countries meet. So I think it was at least 3 or 4 countries met. You know, they had this thing where it said, this is Poland, this is, I don't know, Germany, whatever the countries were. And so you
can see Czechoslovakia, Hungary. I don't know if you could possibly
Hungary,
see.
Slovakia. Could you see Austria? I don't know if I could see that.
Austria is 250 kilometers.
There.
There we go. That's exactly where they were. Yeah, Zakopane. It's a beautiful place.
Slovakia, Hungary, Ukraine, and Poland.
Poland. Okay, so you could see 4. Germany might be a bit far, actually. You couldn't see Germany, could you?
Czech, Slovakia, Hungary, Poland, and Ukraine. Not Ukraine, but sorry.
Not Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine.
Could you see Ukraine? Oh, that's the corner of Ukraine. Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. This is Ukraine.
Okay. Yeah. 1.
Ukraine, Poland, Czech, Slovakia, and Hungary. And you should be able to see to Hungary from Zakopane, right? 100 kilometers from a very high peak.
Yeah. It's pretty high there.
Don't worry, Tony.
Yes, you can see 5 countries from there.
I was lied to as a child.
From there, but you can't see the Alps.
You can't see the Alps. No, they were lying. You know what it's like. You know, you're a kid. You're being told this story. It's just shattered my childhood. Now, I'm afraid I'm going to go and cry.
Oh, don't worry, Don't worry, Tony. I was when I was at Washoe Mountain, they told me if you visit all 5 peaks in a day, you can see heaven. I didn't realize they meant that you were just going to die.
And did you see all
Either
5
that or start
peaks?
hallucinating.
I got to all 5
peaks?
peaks, actually. It took
Oh, you
all
did?
day.
You did? Well done.
Well, technically, the Alps go all the way to Vienna. So Zakopane, if you can see Austria, you might be able to see the slopes of. Because
you mean if they really bent and so the Alps like low? Yeah, but it'd be low down then, Barney. You probably wouldn't see it, would you?
right? So these are the Alps. I live in Zagreb. I can see the Alps from my backyard. Why? Because the slopes of the Alps go all the way to here.
Oh, so you live in Zagreb, right? And do the Alps come that far? Do the Alps come down near you?
Yes.
Where's the Alps then?
So Slovenia
Is it good skiing? Is it good skiing around you then? What's the skiing like?
There's a European Cup on the Mount of Medvednica, just above Zagreb, which is called the Snow Queen.
Mm-hmm.
But the really good skiing is up here. It's Slovenia, Italy, Switzerland, Austria, right?
Okay.
These parts here.
Yeah, I've skied in Italy and Austria. I just wondered if near your neck of the woods there was anything, because you say the Alps come there, so I was just thinking could be a good cheap skiing holiday for a weekend or something.
Yeah, come by Zagreb. Come by next year. They're just building a big what's it called? Elevator.
A chairlift.
Not a chairlift, but the thing that will get you to the top. They have chairlifts at the top for the different tracks. And
I've just googled it. Popular local myth that the Polish people tell is that you can see the Alps from the top of the mountains in Zakopane.
Oh no, the Illuminati got to them and changed it.
Oh God. Popular local myth. All right, okay.
Well, anyway,
what is that?
200 kilometers to 250. Yeah, sure, you can see that if you're looking from a high mountain to a high mountain, and if you have perfect viewing conditions. Right.
Sorry, guys, I had a phone call.
No worries. Welcome back, dude.
I'm a little.
You will never be forgiven.
Yeah, but Barney, that's a little bit different because those are a lot taller than that 85 feet that they're. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can see that far.
Yeah, you can see that far, but we don't know what's missing. I mean, we know it's the mountains, but you know what I mean. We're not. We're not adjusting. Yeah.
How the hell are you supposed to measure anything in that picture? You can't even tell how tall anything is, where anything ends or begins. You know, the
picture is useless. The picture is useless.
Of course it is. According to the person who took it, a lighthouse is visible when a mountain 52 times taller than it over to the right is completely invisible.
Here it is. This is what I was looking for. The observatory from which the picture was taken. Right.
But this is my point. What would the object have to be visible at those kind of distances? It would have to be an object that you could. What
kind of motion creates that kind of landmass? Is that a glacier?
This?
Sorry, I'm just interested. I love the way that art is carved. Okay.
So this is the place where Africa is colliding with Europe, right? Italy is technically on the African continent, on the African shelf, right? So as the Africa is going north, it is colliding with the Europe, bending the Pyrenean Peninsula, creating the Pyrenean mountain chain, and this hard ridge, which is Italy, is literally slamming into Europe, creating the Alps.
And you can see the line below the foot. If you take the foot of Italy and go down, can you see below it? There's that line. Yeah, you can see it there, can't you? The edge. You see that continental shelf just off the shore of Greece and Albania. Can you see that line going all the way down? Yeah.
very cool.
And
It's amazing.
this thing here, this whole thing here, is
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
Balkan
wondering.
Peninsula.
How did the water get cut in there, though? That's what I wonder. Behind the boot.
This?
Yeah. How did that water get in there?
The Adriatic Sea. So Italy itself is a ridge of mountains, which are old mountains, the Apennines. We were just mentioning them. So it's a thick layer of surface of land. What's the word? I'm missing the word. Never mind. Of dry land. There are two kinds of crusts, right? You have the oceanic crust and the continental crust. The continental crust is very light but very thick, and it's mostly basalt, I think, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
right.
It is.
It's
And
floaty stuff. Is it basalt? I think it probably is basalt.
It is.
That stuff is very rigid and hard and doesn't want to compress. So when continents crash into each other, those things will, on one hand, they will float on the magma, but on the other hand, they will refuse to bend. So Italy is a ridge of that hard rock that is kind of literally a nail, a spike of the Africa, which is piercing into Europe from the south and bending it.
So glacier didn't go through there?
There are glaciers up here in the Alps, but this is way too huge. This is almost
that wasn't carved out by glacier.
That's
I think
1,000 kilometers.
Isn't it a line between two of those have gone in? It's like a ripple, like in your bedclothes. If you have like a ridge running along your bedclothes between two humps. So if you think Italy is one hump, and then where Barney is, it's split. That's another one going up. Do you sort of mean it's like a dip between two humps? Yeah.
So, and you have these long, young mountain chains, such as the Pyrenees, the Alps, that are transverse to the collision, and you have the old ones, which are the Apennines and the Dinarids, which are along the length of the collision. Right, and these are rising, and these are deteriorating slowly.
No, the Italians are just wearing them out. That's what it is.
Isn't that where
It's literally it's a car crash. Like you can imagine it as a car crash. Very slow motion car crash.
Where's that huge ass volcano?
It's just south of Rome. It is somewhere. Oh, here it is.
It's tiny. In this perspective, it's tiny.
Well, it's not exactly tiny.
That looks like a face.
Oh my god, no, that thing is.
It looks like a little demon baby coming out of a hole. What's going on?
Isn't it the same size as Yosemite? Or the same type? I mean?
No,
No, not even close.
No, it's not a super volcano.
Go down to Sicily and look inland from Catania, slightly north.
I think that may be the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that one up north of Catania there.
Etna.
Oh boy.
Etna, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That is one big sumbitch.
Yeah, and that's still a normal volcano. So Etna, and this is Vesuv, I think.
Vesuvius?
Is that Vesuvius? What's the one that destroyed that island in the Java? One of the worst ones. Krakatoa. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
That's
because that actually caused the temperatures dropped. They got these really cold winters, didn't they? In Victorian times, they think because of the dust from Krakatoa. I think it was Krakatoa.
Oh, the little ice age.
Well,
the mini ice age. That's right.
What's called that, and also Mount Pinatubo. Those are the volcanoes that are contributing to why they think solar radiation management will work. Well, so that's what they're using in crux of.
All of the ones that we're talking about, Mount Helens, Krakatoa, Vesuv, and Etna, they're all normal volcanoes. They are large normal volcanoes, but they are normal volcanoes. The super volcano, the one that they found, is somewhere around here. I'm not sure exactly where it is. It is like the size of Malaysia, right? It is half of Malaysia. In the same way
Australia had to send their garbage there.
that the Yellowstone one is also it's huge. Like when you Yellowstone National Park, right? So this is the Yellowstone. The volcano is underneath it, and it is basically this large.
Oh, bigger than that.
Right?
Bigger.
It is.
It is.
It's
It
fantastic.
is the size. Yeah. It is like a quarter of Wyoming.
Yeah, it's that where it says Idaho, and the valleys right below where the Montana, to the left of Montana, down like that's the base of it, basically.
So
That
those
that
are the
caldeira is
super
about 60 miles across.
Yeah, it's a. I think they said. Oh, I don't remember
Right?
the stats on it.
Where-
If it
where-
goes, it's gonna be bad.
where
I'm just glad that I'll very likely be dead by the time it goes off, because I'll be dead if it goes off.
Well, it's due. I know that.
Oh,
Well, due is a very wide range of years for geology.
Pele, that was the one I was thinking of. The one that only 2 people survived. The guy who was in prison and the girl who then died later. It was Pele I was thinking of, not Krakatoa.
There are 20 known supervolcanoes on Earth.
20?
20.
Really?
20 is some money.
I'm
I'm amazed though. I've only heard of the Yellowstone one.
I got pictures of it.
I got a list.
Last time I was in Sicily. What the hell was I doing in Sicily?
Meeting some of the mafia.
Cosa Nostra. They don't call themselves the mafia.
Sicilians are very interesting, aren't they? They don't. You're right. They're very interesting as well, aren't they? Because they're like different, maybe, to the main Italian people. They're definitely different heritage, different look.
It's all that Moorish
Yeah, they're
influence.
like how the Joker is to the Riddle.
Hey, hang on one sec, guys. Thanks, Bjorn. I do appreciate that super chat. He said, Sean, great hangout. As usual, unfortunately, responsibilities are awaiting me tomorrow. I wish you all the good and sound sleep. And I'll see you later. Or all later. Have a good one, Bjorn. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
No, the Sicilians are a lot of fun. They're great, really.
Oh, Sean, there's a
Now-
supervolcano in Long Valley up in California.
Yep.
This view
Mount Whitney.
looks like the UK is bigger than Italy from this view. Is
It's
that a
not.
distortion? Is this one of these odd, in maps
they're-
where things
they're-
are bigger
they're
and the
roughly the
UK
same size.
is
No,
but
that's
they
just
are
the
the
way
same
the
size. Are
UK
they?
is. They probably commissioned to have themselves look bigger.
900 and
That's what I mean, exactly.
4,
Yeah.
and Italy is 983. So they're roughly the
See?
same size.
You know what I mean? When you look at a normal Mercator map, right, it's definitely positioned so the UK looks quite central and quite large. I was just, yeah. If you'd asked me in a quiz question, I would have said Italy was bigger.
But this one
Let's
is.
look at
I got a link to show real quick. I'll give it right back to you, Barney. 6 of the known supervolcanoes.
Same thing.
So there's Yellowstone.
Ooh, Yellowstone's not the biggest.
Looking at, oh yeah,
Unbeknownst to most. Or to say,
so that's the one I knew about. It was the only one I did know about.
yeah, the last major eruption was about 640,000 years ago. Ejected 8,000 times the ash and lava of Mount St. Helens. God damn.
So if one of these went up, it would mess up the world anyway. Do you see what I mean?
Oh,
Like even if you weren't near
absolutely.
Yellowstone, you would absolutely. We would all feel it. We'd all feel it, wouldn't we?
Oh,
Yes.
have you ever seen? Have you ever seen the chart? So when they talk about this, and they do the projections of what do you call it, the impact zone? It's 2/3 of the United States.
Is it? Because I'm sitting here thinking I'm glad I don't live in the US because I'm nowhere near this volcano when Yellowstone goes up. But actually, we'd feel it in Britain, right? We'd get a harsh winter.
Yes.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, there's only one place bigger, and some scientific hypotheses are under the impression that that's what caused one of the major bottlenecks in human population 74,000 years ago. That would be Mount Toba.
Yes, I heard about that.
So there's another one in America. America's a very unlucky place. Look,
here's
you've got
another
two of
one.
them.
Oh, there are several in America.
Long Valley Caldera. This one is.
I've never heard of that one.
Second only to Yellowstone in North America is the Long Valley Caldera. It's east central
What worries
California.
geologists today was a swarm of strong earthquakes in 1980 and a 10-inch rise of 100 square miles.
That's this.
Wow, I'm
right
not
here.
surprised that worried them. That's major, isn't it?
That would
10
be-
That's
inches.
like a giant
It's
one.
breathing.
It's breathing, yeah, exactly. It's snoring.
That would be right about
10-inch
here,
rise.
like up in this area.
Sean, you'd be
So maybe
charging
the
extra
preppers have
for
got it
cutting
right.
down grade.
Like something around in here. Yeah, you. Oh man, I can only imagine. Oh, the cleanup of that would be insane. What else? Valles Corderas. This one is in New Mexico.
Okay, so another one on the American continent.
The 175 square miles of the Valle Cordera forms a large peck of middle in the north. Yeah, so it's about 175 square miles.
That's old though. That one that's been dormant for a long time. It last exploded 1.2 million ago. So that's an old man.
What? Let's see. Okay, there's Toba right there. That's the one you guys were just talking about.
Just trying to it's not to come play with us, Sean.
What? You're all breaking up.
Damn
Lake Toba. Now, what's that one? The 100 square mile Toba is in Sumatra, Indonesia. It's the only supervolcano in existence that could be described as Yellowstone's big sister.
Yeah, that's the one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
And that one erupted again.
Yeah, that was the one I said
years
they
ago.
think caused.
Sean,
That was the one that they think may have caused the bottleneck 74,000 years ago.
What's up, channel?
Sean, scroll up so I can see the picture again. So I want to see that picture again. Look, it's a Q.
It is. It is a Q. Is the volcano the bit in the middle or the whole lot?
Yeah, I'm assuming
Probably the whole lot.
it's this whole thing right here.
That's what I mean. Is it like, has it got a lake in it?
I'm going to guess that this is it right here. The whole thing.
No.
The lake is the bottom of the caldera.
Yes. Yeah. That's the.
Hang on. The lake is the bottom.
So this is when it erupts. This whole thing
with the
erupts.
lake.
The whole thing erupts.
The whole lot.
Yes.
Lake and all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Imagine that going off. Just unbelievable. But now, when these erupt, do they actually erupt? Because do they erupt explosively, or do they just like bubble up a bit?
Oh no! These ones they
erupt explosively.
Yeah, these ones are going.
Yeah, well, all at once, or little bits go up. Like there'll be a boof here and a boof there and a boof.
I think they wanted if they had a choice, they'd want it to just go, because I know when they does that bubble, it's very unpredictable. Like the amount of pressure that it's actually the Earth is holding is they can't measure it. So when it does that, like Mount St. Helens did, they watched that thing just puff up for days, weeks actually.
It was like the Pelé one. They were watching it. It was a tourist attraction for about 50 years, and then one day it blew half the mountain away and killed everyone with a pyroclastic flow. You know what I mean? So when these things go, they do go violently sometimes.
Yeah.
New Zealand's Twapo caldera.
Sorry.
Cool.
I was about to say the Mount St. Helens actually was very interesting because it was on camera. You can watch the side of the mountain essentially look like it turned to liquid.
Yes. I've actually seen high definition of it.
Did anyone die, or did they
died.
evacuate?
Lots died. Lots died.
People died.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
I'm not sure. 70, I think.
So what ended up happening, for the most part, the issue is that the bulge lasted so long that it kind of just got downplayed of the significance of it. So media and sightseers kept inching closer and closer. People, there's one story about a guy who actually hiked in.
Sorry, I'm not.
I'll show you.
With the bulge.
Oh, you're gonna. You watch this.
Oh yeah, that's. I was just gonna say that was the one where that stupid guy went in while it was
Yeah.
while you could see the magma coming down.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
like an idiot.
Well, you've never seen
He
these,
went in.
these things on this?
I've never looked
Must
at
not have been a
this
virgin.
particular one. When was it? When did it erupt? 80s. Yeah.
1980.
We didn't have the internet then, you see, so it was probably Americans. You know all about it. We
Well,
the only news I watched was the news at
1980 is the year John
Al
Lennon
Gore had
died.
the internet.
That was more important.
Did he?
1980, yeah. He's the guy that invented it. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I mean, I was working on the internet before it was called the internet.
Al Gore
We used
invented the
Mosaic,
internet.
and that was back in 1989. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't there. Oh, I suppose 89 is the 80s now. All right, yeah, forget that. But late 80s.
Yeah, Al Gore stupidly took credit for a good portion of the internet, and the running joke has been that he invented the internet ever since.
Ah, right.
Let's see if I
I
can
make that
find
joke
good
too.
footage.
Well, it's true. Abraham Lincoln said it. I read it in a chat.
Okay, that's for good footage.
Where's this bulge?
That's Mount Helens.
It's breaking it down right now. There's so much
This is
better one.
CGI.
Let me find a better one. Yeah, well, duh. I hope so. They just took half a
Oh,
freaking
there-
mountain off.
This is how trees are made.
I'm gonna find a better one.
There's a pretty good image in that video of it going off, I think.
There we
It's
go.
just a matter of actually going across it.
What I just want to, I really want to find is the bulge part, the part where you actually see it. I mean,
Christ, 42 minutes.
I'm not gonna watch the whole damn thing. I'm just gonna scroll through it. I know what I'm looking for.
Oh, the one that was growing for days or weeks.
Weeks,
and and people
Well, so
gathered
it was
around.
like a what?
Look, it's bubbling up. The mountain is getting a belly. Let's all gather around and look at that.
That's just stupid. I can't believe people
Equivalent
did
to
that.
frying turkeys and burning their house down.
What?
Tony, have you met humans? You talk to people who think the Earth is flat.
I know.
Dude.
Well, yeah, all right, fair enough.
Toady, you said what? So now you need to Google how many times Americans burn their house down deep frying turkeys for this.
Yeah, this is
all
that
your
guy. This is that guy that went in there to that went in there. He walked up into it.
This guy, right?
They took the shot of it.
Oh right, and he got out with the shot.
That guy.
Oh no! They filmed him going up there, and that was it.
Oh yeah,
Never seen
no,
again.
Saw him
no,
again.
yeah, he didn't know. No, he did not survive that.
This guy.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find because at a certain part in here they'll start showing like where it's at.
I'd like to see this bulge. I'm fascinated by this bulge.
I bet you are.
I know.
Right now they're in the early
I'm a man,
signs.
Q. So
Looks like a giant water balloon filling up.
did people not realize? Oh look, there must be a little magma inside that.
They didn't.
It's one of those things people are like, I can get in and look at it before it goes off. No problem. It's been this way forever.
Yeah, I want to find the one that showed like it's not 45 minutes long, but it's one that literally just shows the mountain from the first eruption because there was an eruption before, and then it starts swelling over the weeks, and then you get to see how much of that whole mountain is actually gone.
The whole top of it disappears.
The whole side of it disappears.
What's the biggest?
Yeah, I think it started on the side of it, and then it just melted everything around it.
What's the biggest town or city near to Mount St. Helens? Where is it in the
Yellowstone.
States exactly? It's
Oh, there it is.
Yellowstone.
There's
All
the
right.
disintegrates into an enormous landslide.
This one.
Couldn't we just find a still image of it from the 70s and compare the two?
No, this is better.
No.
There we go.
And while we have a moment of silence, hey, Blue, I have your astrolabe ready to ship to you, by the way.
Oh, cool. I should send you a place to ship it to. There
Whoa.
you go. Almost got it. There you go.
That's
Whoa.
And Tony, that's real footage. That
This
wasn't
is frame by frame what
Wow.
happened.
Yeah, that wasn't CGI.
Wow.
That's
Just let
not-
that play a little bit.
that's-
Whoa.
Yeah, not CGI. That's real.
That is just worrying. Oh my goodness me. It just slumped.
Oops.
It just went.
Yeah,
It was like
see that
there's
whole,
a mountain and then poof.
look. So this whole look,
That's what they do.
the mountain used to do this.
But it didn't really explode. I was expecting stuff to be shooting out of the top.
Oh, it
Oh,
exploded.
no, that
It
was
exploded.
earlier. That was
Yeah.
they actually did have an ejection eruption, and then it stopped and it built pressure, and a portion of the mountain began to bulge, and that happened.
Mhm.
Like
It's
the
just
moon.
phenomenal, isn't it?
It's like just like what happened to the moon.
Whole side of the mountain.
Look at that. That is just wow. They say it's that pressure wave that kills you as well, don't they? You know what I mean? As it flows down, that paracustic flow that just
Oh, that's one of the
follows
most dangerous because
the ground.
That's what
That's right. Superheated, yeah.
It becomes soupy.
And it'll rip the clothes off your back. It's like 1,000 miles an hour wind or something like that. It's silly. It just
plus the heat. It's all
Plus the heat, exactly.
It's like boiling mud, basically.
That's right. Yeah, it's incredibly dangerous. I read the the survivor things from the Pele one, and yeah, it's appalling stuff.
Yeah, and then afterwards, all the ash and everything like that chokes you to death. Sounds
That's
like
right,
a lot of fun.
But also, when it comes through as well, it'll just kill a load of people. And they got to the town, and they were all just standing there because actually it went through its superheated steam. Basically, you can't breathe, but it actually doesn't. It kills you standing up. And they just came to the town, and just everyone was standing where they'd been as it came in. It's just terrible.
Like Pompeii.
Terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
Mount St. Helens.
Pompeii
It was
covered
another.
them,
It was
didn't
another one. It was another. It was one on an island, and I can't remember what it was.
What, the bulge?
But they filmed that guy going up to the volcano.
There's probably
It wasn't the
some
guy who was going to go to the
idiot
lip
over on,
and actually
Kilauea
get
or
some
something.
pictures inside. Because there's quite a lot of these.
No.
volcanic things
The
where some guy
magma.
goes-
The magma was
Yeah.
coming down already. So I don't know what he was going up to do.
Oh, are you talking about the guy who died trying to get close to the top of Kilauea?
No. The guy. When Mount St. Helens after the first eruption, a guy crossed the caution lot tape line, and he hiked up the mountain. Up Mount St. Helens.
Isn't that from the movie 2012?
And that's it there
This is
before
before.
it blew up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks a lovely mountain.
Oh, here it is. Reed Turner Blackburn.
Hmm.
He drove up, and they found the wreckage of his car and pieces of what they presumed to be him months later.
Oh my God. Not a good way to die. How about all the poor Bigfoot? What happened to all the Bigfoot that were there? I bet that's Bigfoot territory there.
You would think we would have.
Isn't it Sasquatch territory? Aren't
It is,
Bigfoot
that's right.
Himalayas?
I
It
don't think
is
so.
Sasquatch territory right there.
Was Karen B alive yet? Because he may have been over at her house that weekend.
He may have been. That's right. He
Shame,
likes to
shame,
snuggle up
shame,
to
Brian.
Ryan's head.
Stop that.
What?
Bigfoot won't
Okay,
cross the caution tape.
I'm not sure if you noticed or not yet,
I think
Tony,
you're-
but you
you
can
would
see
have
the
been a
bulge right
child.
there. It's starting to build up
Oh,
right
like
now.
a face.
Look
Like
at
a
it.
face
You see
on
it?
Mars. That's the bulge, is it?
Yeah,
That,
watch.
kinda-
I started it a little
Yeah, the
bit.
so it's
timeline.
been there for years then, yeah?
Oh, no. This happens over like 3 weeks, maybe?
Oh, 3 weeks. That
Yeah,
face,
it was
that's the
very-
bulge, is it?
Yeah. See, it's starting to build right now. Right here.
Looks like
Okay.
George Washington.
Yeah, that's it. Like that bit,
See?
yeah.
So this is that
Oh,
little
yeah,
valley
sorry.
that was there is now bulged out.
Yeah.
And this is the
Whenever
first
the
eruption.
building-
This is
Pareidolia
not.
is
This
right
isn't the big
now.
one yet.
That's not the biggie. Okay.
That's
Where's the bulge now?
That's it right there. What you're
You're
seeing.
looking right
Yeah,
at
but
it.
which bit is the bulge?
I'll show you.
Sorry, which bit?
The whole thing you're looking at.
The whole big bit, right? Not the bit on the left or the bit on the right. The bit in the middle. Yeah.
The bits
Yeah,
that
that bit in the
weren't
middle was
covered
once a
now
valley.
anymore.
There you go.
That is the bulge.
This whole thing
Yeah,
right
that.
here is the bulge. This.
All right. My
This-
goodness. And people, look how close they are. Look, that guy he'd be dead when that
That
goes up.
whole
See that
thing.
guy with the umbrella in the front? He
Yeah,
would
within
absolutely.
within fractions of a
Fine,
second.
he's an umbrella.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
You'd be dead, right?
But Tony, that whole
Yeah,
thing.
that guy is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
haven't
actually
you
big.
seen cartoons?
They used to be actually
Yeah,
down.
Tony, that guy is what we colloquially refer to as an idiot.
Yeah.
He's just a Hong Kong protester.
Come on, the umbrella
Look
would
at it.
surely save him.
Of course, yeah.
I remember
It's
when
just-
they made
oh.
ugly ass umbrellas like that. Ooh, what a
Look
mess.
at that.
That's it. Yeah, that's after the North Face went off.
What a friggin' mess. Somebody's going to have to clean that up, goddammit.
No, we don't. It's going to be beautiful.
My goodness me.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Perfection and chaos, guys. This is like a once in a lifetime sight, dude.
Wait.
This is
Jose should do a volcano special.
the miraculous art of the universe. You
How
should
is it
appreciate it.
that tectonic plates, volcanoes, and earthquakes aren't real? When you see shit like this.
Which is
if
obviously
Jose
are,
actually-
aren't they?
You just refuse to understand it, and then you go.
If
"Oh,
Jose actually advertised a discussion about volcanoes and whether or not they're real, there's a whole bunch of ridiculous YouTubers that would absolutely come on to argue about whether or not this ever happened.
Well, volcanoes are not real. There's people who say volcanoes are not real.
Correct.
So what are these? What are these pictures?
Because the tectonic plates aren't real.
All right, okay.
Well,
But what are these
were
pictures?
you there?
Oh, I see. The plates
Huh?
aren't real because it's a flat Earth. Right. Okay.
Oh no, it's not even flat Earth. Most of them are globe believers. They just are. They just think the tectonic plates aren't real. They believe in expanding
Actually,
Earth.
The crazy part was I thought the plates would actually work better on a flat
Why
Earth.
can't we have plates and it be expanding?
But that's why it's expanding.
But where did all these pictures come from then? I mean, it's just
It's all
NASA.
Flat Earth is bad.
NASA.
Flat Earth is bad.
NASA
Flat
does.
Earth is bad.
You didn't
But
know
trying-
NASA does volcano
Yeah,
hoaxes?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But trying to
Oh.
deny volcanoes is just
Yeah, that's
just surely not. Surely there are not people who do that. That is just
Oh no, they
such
exist.
a nonsense.
Well, the good
Sean,
thing
back
about
it up one more
volcanoes
picture.
is
They
we
could-
can
hang on,
actually
they
take
could
them
clear
there
it
and
up.
put them in.
They could
Sean,
go and
back it up
visit
one more
one.
picture.
They could go and
Look
visit
at
one.
that.
That will clear it up.
Tony, look at
We'll
that.
just take
That's
them
the
there and
North
push
Face
them in,
gone.
and they'll be like, "Do you believe in them now?"
yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's
now
what's left of Tony. That's what's left of the mountain, the whole mountain.
It's incredible. So it's blown the top off,
That's
and
like
then there's
two
a little one
mountains.
forming again.
The whole top and the side. This whole side that's exposing it. This whole
Yeah.
side is gone, and it all went
So did
down
it
the
slump
valley.
towards us? Is that where it went? It went towards us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in that valley.
So when I was in St. Lucia, I've been in a volcano before, and it's one
Is
of
that like
Oh,
a
you can
giant
say
a bit like
Lucia?
that. Yeah, I went to St. Lucia, and then I swam in this volcano. There's like a volcanic. It's like one of those old ones where it's blown out half of it, and you can actually walk into it, and you can then swim in the muddy waters there, which are really hot. You burn yourself actually if you're not careful. It's
Isn't that
quite a
dangerous
thing.
because of the sulfur and all that shit?
Yeah, you can smell the sulfur in the air, but they have a party there. It's quite nice. You get all this mud and you paint it all over you, and it's very good for your skin. It is a little bit dangerous. It was fun. It was fun though. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
You know, back in the Middle Ages, they used to put that mercury right on the cheeks for that nice rouge.
Oh, they did. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was always good too. That was
They used to
good.
drink mercury as well. They used to eat mercury too.
The mercury would just bring the rouge right out in your face. Just get rid of the skin.
Yeah, Tony, if you're ever looking to go back down in that area again, I recommend going up to the Dutch Antilles. You can climb a volcano. You can climb a good sized volcano over there, Saba.
Can you? And which
Oh, yeah.
island is that?
That's
Which island?
Saba. It's Saba.
Saba,
It's just south of Saint Martin.
Okay.
There you go, Terry. That'll give you a good idea of how much of that mountain.
Whoa. Whoa. And there's people who think these are not real. I'd love to talk to one of those people.
And-
what do they think it is?
and
I mean,
here's
it's
what-
just nonsense.
I believe
Nonsense.
this is what killed the most people. The
I
mudslides
think
and
it's
the
the
debris.
underground alien power plants.
That lake used to do this. They used to be like that.
Yeah, that used to be a lake.
A huge lake. Now it's not.
And it then got filled with half the side of the mountain that went into it.
There's a person in live chat vehemently objecting to the fact that nobody ever said that volcanoes aren't real. Nobody says that.
Go to 20. Go over to 24/7.
Well, I'm inclined to believe, that too, because it seems ridiculous to say that volcanoes don't exist. I mean, it's nonsense.
Tony, Toady, please stay the sheltered little person you are. Don't go hunting for the volcano deniers.
No, I avoid them. This place called, I've heard of it. George was trying to lure me into it this morning. Now, what's it begin? It begins with a D. Discord. That's it. And he said there's these servers where these magical pixies debate all day long, and I should get into it. But I've kept away from it because I live a sheltered life.
Debate, but what he means is get angry, triggered, insult each other, act like children, and then make memes of themselves holding penises.
But all the people who go to these Discord things, right? How do they not spill into our world? Do you sort of mean? Do their two worlds not mix? The YouTube world and the Discord world, they're like two different universes or something? How come we never see any of these people?
They click out. They click off because they think they're better than us.
Do they? Okay. Because I went in there once, right? Only once, yeah, when the whole Trish Gate was going on, and they accused me of leaking information or whatever, yeah. And what's that guy called? Spruz Chemo. He pinged me and forced me. He forced me. Yeah, me,
Espionage.
of all people. Yeah, me, doxing people. So he forced me to download, Discord. And I went on it, and then I came in, and there was 40 people waiting there. And Twitwit was, signposting everything, and she was having this court, basically, on who, with Anthony Riley, leaked or doxed Trish's information, which actually wasn't doxed, but they'd misinterpreted it. Obviously it wasn't me. But that scared me enough that I've never been back. Because that was pretty scary, right? There's like 40 people there, and I didn't know any of these people. Do you know what I mean? They're not the people that...
in there.
Yeah, it's a court of very skewed opinions in Discord sometimes.
Yeah, because like this, Mick West went on to the 24/7 Discord yesterday and lasted 20 minutes before getting banned.
Banned? But who sets up this Discord? Whose world is it? I mean, who's the leader of the Discord?
Oh, you can set up your own Discord server in 10 minutes.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got one. Do you want me to invite you to it?
Ah.
I never go in there. You were in it before, I think.
Oh, yeah, I was. But I imagined that was that was the
My
Discord.
Discord was like for normal.
Yeah, but yours was like a chat show, not a kind of craziness. So the Discord isn't one big thing. It's like
Discord is not one big thing.
Right.
Discord is a communication platform, the same way that Meets is.
Of course, so it's just there's different servers on it, right? So of course, Q's server was fine; it was a haven of tranquility and niceness.
Oh, thank you.
Whereas some of these other ones. So what's the ones I want to avoid then? What's the one called?
24/7.
24/7.
Anything that says flat Earth, dude. Pretty much anything that says flat Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, 24/7 is a hellhole. The Great Shape Debate's a hellhole. There's quite a few of those.
So a lot of guys, you guys spend your time on it. You must have a lot of time free. I mean, I find it hard just to be on Jose's and on Sean's, but
I'm banned from 90% of them, so I don't even bother.
Banned. So banning is a common thing there, is it? Just banning people. All right. Okay.
And I've quit most of the ones that don't contain my literal friends, and I usually am subscribed to several that will let me know that there's a show going on or that will contain invites to.
So I could be missing good shows. So you hang out there too, Barney. You've got a job, haven't you? You work, don't you?
I work. I am at work right now. It's 10 p.m. I'm doing the night shift, and I'm being bored out of my ass.
No, that really Toady on some servers. There's notification bots, and that's something I need. Sean, I'll send you a message on Discord about that, Tasky. Basically, some of the servers are set up so that because YouTube notifications are so terrible, as soon as a video goes up on channels, it'll send out a notification and tell everybody that it's coming up.
That's how they know. So you were setting up a new thing, weren't you, with Marvel Girl, or was that somebody else? Was that you then?
Yeah, I've set up a server specifically just for those Friday night ones, but I admin, I think at the minute, about 15 different servers for people.
Which is how you've come across this world as well. My goodness, I've been missing out on all this goodness there. I must go exploring in the Discord world.
And he was never seen again.
He was never seen again. Well, my mind was blown away because I had never come across this thing called Twitch till the other night. And then I was watching the P Mars, and he was like playing 3 rounds of poker or something, as he does, and listening to a video and sort of editing it. And he was also on this Twitch stream. It just blew my mind. how much information was flowing all through the Mars's brain all at once.
Yeah, and then you've got D-Live and Periscope as well.
Who's this Ivan character now? I have seen him, this Ivan guy, right? He's well known. And Darth, is it as well? Is it Darth and Ivan, these two characters I saw? Who are they? Who's the Ivan guy, first of all? Don't know. You got the hump and banned loads of people. So that probably didn't give you a big clue, does it? It was definitely Flat Earth related.
The only Darth person Darth, D-A-R-T-H.
No, I know him. That's David Weiss. No. This was another guy, and he got upset with someone for, I can't remember what he said. Anyway, it'll come back to me. And I think there was another one called Ivan.
Darth Dawkins? Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think it has to be Darth Dawkins. He's a religious preacher.
That's the guy, and it was it was
That's Darth Dawkins. That is the worst pre-supper I've ever heard in my life.
That's right. This is one of these religious debates. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't Flat Earth. It was this Darth guy. Yeah, and this Ivan guy, but that was Flat Earth, I think. Who's this Ivan character? Or Ivan Server or Ivan something? You just said this word Ivan. Because definitely I was, in my little explorations, came across this Ivan thing, and I got it muddled up, and I thought it was the same as this character that the Flat Earth had been debating called Ivan, but it wasn't.
Nope.
I dropped.
No idea. No, you haven't dropped. Just nobody has an answer for you.
I'm sure they and them said something about Ivan. I could have sworn he said Ivan.
No, I'm trying to think. I cannot think of it. There was Vlad something.
Vlad. Yeah, Vlad. You're right, not Ivan. See, it's
yes, all these Russian names are the same to you, Americans. Huh?
Well, you're not Russian, are you, Barney?
Barney says to a UK man.
Slavic names.
Like all these UK names, yeah. Tony, it's all the same thing, isn't it? John, Richard, Dick, yeah. Right, I've got to go and love you and leave you. Thank you very much for making me laugh. I better go and see the family for a bit. Speak to you guys later. Bye.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
What a dick.
What a Richard.
Did we figure out if those little pixels were a lighthouse?
Oh, not a chance in hell.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Yeah, now that there is an example of angular resolution in action.
Barney, how wide an angle do you think it is when it's zoomed in?
I don't know. How the fuck would I know?
I don't know. I don't know. You know a lot of things. I was hoping you knew that.
Yeah, but based on what?
Actually, you know what? That's actually a pretty good point, considering he was zooming in on a screen that was already max zoomed in.
Yeah. What was the zoom of the camera? What was the focal length of the camera? What was the field of vision of the camera? Right? Because a camera can change the angular size, increase it, decrease it.
It just seems like an impossibility to say that that's the lighthouse. If that's even a 2-degree field of view, there should be a 1,000-foot tall piece of Corsica literally right next to it.
I don't know. I think it is definitely possible to say that it's a lighthouse.
I'm not sure how you could say that, considering the drop would be 400 times larger than the lighthouse.
By being dense and using words. It is a lighthouse. See, it's possible. I succeeded. I did the impossible thing.
I got my mic crash.
Smartass. I just seen how it come.
No, you're roboting.
That's what I was worried about. Thank you.
Hey, that was clear.
No, that your mic is weird.
I think it has more to do with my country Wi-Fi.
It's the operator.
Was that Mrs. Crash? I hadn't heard her before.
Yes, Brian, it was.
If there's anybody else in the crowd on his stream that's not me, there's going to be a problem.
Crash is in trouble. Crash is in trouble.
No, he's not.
You got him in
You
trouble.
got yelled at.
It's your fault.
That's good enough for me.
It's your fault.
That's payback
gee,
for all your
thanks,
bacon
Sean.
talk.
Oh,
That's payback for all your bacon talk. I'm sorry. You
Hey,
don't-
she believes pineapple belongs on pizzas, so there's that.
Oh.
Sean,
That's messed up, man. That's just messed up. Can't put pineapple on pizza.
So we're nearing the 2-hour mark, and we've completely lost the thread of any conversation that we've had. Are we going to start a conversation about something or end this?
That's a really
I blame
good
Cody
idea.
for
We
that.
should probably have a conversation, Barney.
Let's have a conversation about how that's Toadie's fault.
Yeah.
oh well, there's a question,
It
Sean.
is
What
Toby's
happened to
fault.
what happened to your conversation between Barney and Rumpus going against each other?
I know Barney got injured and busy, and Rumpus is Rumpus. Pretty sure he's not even thinking about it.
Yes, we were both very efficient in making up excuses.
Well, you got hurt, so I didn't mind that one. Rumpus seems like he's just irritated every time he knows I'm there because he knows I'm going to say something to him. But
Sean, you realize that that's not going to happen.
yeah, I know. But then I thought about it as well, and I could easily sit through a discussion with you and somebody else about something, but it's the way Rumpus does it is so freaking annoying. That's why I always have to say something. It's like, damn. Like the other day, or what was it on Jose's last stream, the 200? I think, who was he talking to? I think he was talking to Travis, and Travis was asking for something. He was asking for an image that could be used as a visual for how refraction works. And basically what he wanted was an image with Rumpus's overlay, refraction overlaid on it to show the parts of the refraction. And Rumpus had to do like a 45-minute monologue about it.
I have decided that next time somebody asks me for a photo of an unimageable thing, I will demand that they give me a photo of wind first.
Yes. Not the effects. not the effects.
Not the effects.
Oh.
The wind.
The wind.
I want a photo of the wind.
Same thing for when they want to see gravity.
Yeah.
Show me mass floating in a vacuum was one of my favorites.
So you what?
Somebody kept yelling, "Show me mass floating in a vacuum."
That could have been me.
No, it wasn't you, Marty.
I distinctly remember yelling that at Sean in one of the first hangouts that we were in together, because he was espousing the whole density thing, and I was deducing that therefore in vacuum there is no gravity. So if you have a canister with vacuum, things would float in it.
Wasn't right the hand? Isn't that one of his
That's
things?
who it
Show me water sticking to a ball inside a vacuum.
Yeah, that's probably who it was.
Doesn't even make sense.
Well, he seems to think that that's what our model says it would do.
Well, last night I was on 24/7, and
I'm sorry.
I like being over there. It's fun for me because I just record. What they were doing, they were I was having a discussion with someone in the chat about Earth's rotation, and this is something you should really notice right away. If you're having a discussion about something and someone doesn't understand it, they usually ask questions. They don't rattle off 101 reasons why they don't think it's real. And the second that happens, walk away. Walk away. Because all they want to say is, well, your model says we orbit the sun at 66,000 miles. It's like, well, yeah, and it all adds up. But we don't feel it. Okay, well, we're going to really go into this now? Well, now suddenly,
And
guys.
once again, we're not orbiting at that speed. We're our linear speed is that.
Yeah, but see that what the point of that is. It's now to the point where conversation needs to be either helping someone understand something, or not really at all. I mean, isn't arguing back and forth getting boring?
Yes, but it goes back to things like Chris saying that when the astronauts leave the ISS, that somehow they're no longer attached to Earth's gravitational pull.
Oh, I heard that today. That's hilarious.
Who said that?
Chris Berry.
Jesus.
He was arguing with Barney about it.
Yeah, he was thinking that when they jumped out of the ISS, that they would be like you letting go of a rock on a string and you just go flying off into nowhere.
Yes, because when you step out of the ISS, the gravity mysteriously just disappears. It affects the ISS, but not you.
Nothing else. Just the ISS. You're
Chris,
safe
there
as
still
long as you're
exists
inside.
conservation of momentum.
You're safe as long as you stay inside the ISS. The minute you go outside, you're going to fall down.
No, you're just going to continue on a straight line.
Actually, serious question, Sean. Do you think Chris is a Poe?
No, I think Chris is just basically stupid. Go ahead.
I think no. I think he's naive. However you want to pass that into it, I don't think he's a Poe.
I think Chris is a Poe, but I think he's a good Poe. I like Chris.
I just, it's weird because when he's trying to do an experiment, he's trying to do the experiment. But when he's just in discussion, he doesn't give a F about the results of an experiment or observations. Guess I would. I don't know.
Could you be a Poe that still try to play for knowledge too?
Dude, you gotta fix your mic.
Really badly.
You, Crash, you have the worst mic on YouTube.
Well,
Yeah, it's your Wi-Fi, buddy.
the mic that I joined Travis's with was worse than that, I think.
Well, Barney, you just sounded like you were in a cave. You didn't sound like you were slowly turning into an android.
I have a lapel mic and it wasn't on me, so I dialed in with a headset from the rec room at my office, and it was horrible. I don't mind people poeing as long as they're poeing with substance, right? As long as they're actually trying to follow some lines of reasoning and ask questions and answer questions and carry a conversation. The people that I dislike, like I'm convinced that Pete is a Poe, right? But he is the kind of a completely useless Poe.
Well, Pete's not even a Poe. Pete's actually mentally ill.
Fair enough.
I think Pete's more there than you think.
I'm not sure about that one.
I think that Pete is here for the punishment.
Pete does it on purpose.
Being yelled at. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's just being yelled at.
What I don't understand what makes him so crazy if he's doing it on purpose. Not like he's in a fictional world arguing this shit. He does it on purpose.
The thing is when you ask Pete the appropriate questions to narrow down what's going on in his world, you can lead him through a set of questions, and he'll basically grade out a schizophrenic 9 out of 10 times.
All of the flat earthers, the people that I have most respect for are Chris and Gleam.
Gleam's not a flat earther.
Gleam is a weird character.
Yeah.
He's 100% apologist.
I may have mislabeled him, but of the people who are arguing against the globe Earth, or however you want to put it, right? Who I like Gleam is my point. And
me too.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
They're both relatively smart, relatively reasonable, can carry a conversation, can follow threads of reasoning and offer their own, can ask insightful and intuitive questions, can break your intuition. Those are all the qualities that I appreciate in a person that I talk to.
You're talking about Chris, right?
Chris, yes.
Chris Berry.
Yes, Chris Berry.
I see him.
I see him trying. For hours.
I see him trying, but it gets frustrating. That's why I'm happy he started doing jiu-jitsu, because when he starts frustrating me, I just divert and start talking about that.
It gets frustrating when you get to a point of failing to communicate, of misunderstanding. But let's say the thing that happened with Travis today, right? That was a failure to communicate. But with Chris, when I come to that point, we find a way to communicate. We explain things to each other until we at least understand what the other person is talking about.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't. Instead of asking for you to clarify, it'd be like saying just not even listening to the argument. It's just you're wrong. We're wrong.
Where Travis today kind of at some point concluded what I was saying and why I was saying that, and from that point on for a while wasn't carrying a conversation with me, but was talking about me to me, right? Explaining me to explaining what I meant to me, and literally not letting me correct him, not letting me explain my position, not letting me anything, just. Those are the failures of conversations that I kind of hate. Where Chris actually works well with that.
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, yeah, Chris doesn't. I don't think I've ever actually heard Chris get triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I mean he does do tests. I mean, if he's not willing to admit the results, but hey, I do see exactly what you're saying though. But is that? Is that again? I think that's just hurting everything. I think, for instance, I think flat Earth apologists argument is more damaging than a flat earther thinking it's flat.
I don't know. I honestly
because when someone who thinks they live on a globe,
I honestly don't think
false
flat earthers are damaging anybody except for themselves. I don't care if they believe that the Earth is flat, and I don't mind if they believe that the Earth is flat, and I don't mind if they poe.
Well, because
if they poe about it being flat, right? It's kind of like I can get into a conversation with a J.R.R. Tolkien fan about the mythology of Middle Earth. And we can talk for hours about what was the real ontological nature of Gandalf.
Okay, but what about this? What about
that
this?
Can be a fine conversation.
Okay,
right?
But what about this, Barney? What about someone who believes it's flat, who also believes most shootings are hoaxes? Government's doesn't care for us. Even the cops are in on it, and they become disrespectful to police officers or government officials or whatnot, and then they teach their kids that. See, that was one thing that I definitely I realized it real quick. There are detrimental aspects to any belief. It doesn't matter what belief you think you have, flat Earth, globe, religion, doesn't matter. There are too fars where it is detrimental.
Yes, there are.
And
yes, there are. But on one hand, to be a reasonable person, you have to disambiguate between which part of their argument is valid and which isn't, and evaluate the valid parts, not dismiss the whole thing. But the other thing is, even if there is nothing valid in it, I think that it is very important to kind of get to understand, why do people like that exist? How do they get to where they are? What is it that brings them there? What is it that, right? Mm-hmm. What is the cognitive map that they have in their heads that I do not have, that causes that failure to communicate?
But what if it's Okay, I'm not saying it is. What if it is mental? Isn't the
It's regardless.
Well, it's not regardless because that's like I was saying. I still believe that the people that think it's a globe, but are flat Earth apologists, I think they're amping people that don't understand. And again, it's not. If it'd be one thing if it was we're having a discussion about the shape of the Earth, but I'm sorry, 80% of flat Earth thinks everything's a hoax, which was one of the issues I had when I was a flat Earth. I was like, I don't believe in that shit. I'm sorry, how do you know a shooting is a hoax 2 minutes after it happens? And how do you think that's not somewhat detrimental to society?
Okay, fair enough. Everything is somewhat detrimental to society. I mean that it's not detrimental in the sense it's not going to destroy society. It's not going to even significantly harm society.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, there's still going to be those hoax people that have no clue flat Earth exists.
Right? There are three options of what you can do, and most of the people go for option number one, which is ignore them. Just completely act as though they don't exist, and if you run into one, you nod and you smile and you walk away, right? The other option is to just lock them up, to literally thought police them and say, no, this line of thinking is patently wrong, and therefore it is forbidden. And that is a huge ethical issue for me. I cannot bring myself to even think that, right? That would be a good solution. And the third one is to come to understand them. Every mental disability, disorder, or quirk is in some way inherent to all of us. These are still humans. These are still people. These are my people. They are different than me, but not so significantly different that they become non-part of my society or non-part of my species, or I am a humanist.
I 100% agree. That's
right.
That's what bases the respect aspect of things.
Yes. If I am going to interact with somebody, the first thing I have to do is let them into my in-group.
Yes.
This is not for me. These are not debates. Flat earthers globe earthers as us versus flat earthers as them. These people are us, the people who come on these panels and talk.
Team people.
Same people.
Yeah, right, Barney. I completely agree with that mentality. Okay, but as Sean G says, what about the people who know that some of these things, like the shooting events and everything else, are real, but are pushing the narrative to suggest that they're fake? How do you approach that type of person? Because it's one thing to have a conversation with a person who genuinely believes it and try to understand them.
It's the same thing, right? A Poe is a flat earther of a different kind. He or they are a person who don't believe in social norms of honesty and exchange of ideas. Like my upbringing on the internet was bulletin boards and IRC, and then much later 4chan, right? And I was a betard for a long time. And
Barney, how dare you violate rules 1 and 2?
And I don't care. And yes, that kind of desensitization, I can understand it. I've been through it, and I can understand it for children in puberty, right? For 16-year-olds whose brains are mushed by puberty, so that they don't recognize other people as humans, more or less. I can kind of, and for 12-year-olds who think all of that is really, really cool. But I'm really, really curious about the 20 and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds who do that well into their adulthood without ever realizing the social environment that they live in, and who don't bring their ethics up to realize why we need to speak truth. So that as well is like, I'm not angry at them. I don't think they should be locked up until they do some actual harm. Like, they have the freedom to do what they're doing. I think it's wrong. I wouldn't do it. But I'm very, very curious into what they're doing and why they're doing it and how it comes about. And I'm very curious into what they can come up with. Like, how far can they carry a conversation without needing to avoid the conversation that they're trying to carry?
Okay, then what conclusion have you come to thus far, running into flat Earth?
That flat earthers and globe earthers are the same people. For the most part, there are very few who can be distinguished. It's like that. I actually agree with a lot of flat earthers that all of it are just beliefs, that there is no significant difference on a personal, mental, cognitive level for each individual. I have kind of found that people fall into three categories as to why they join these hangouts, why they participate in the conversations, in the live chat, whatever. First being catharsis, literally just either seeking to be sadists and yell at other people and be angry and vent their anger and disappointment at somebody else, like using other people as punching bags. And what I think Pete is getting catharsis through being yelled at, being despised, being shunned, misunderstood, and confusing other people, and getting an emotional reaction out of them, literal trolls, right? The other category is the people who come here for sport, who see this as a competitive discipline, where they will use their wits or knowledge or smarts, wits being how fast you are on your tongue, how quickly you can twist words around, knowledge being how many books and facts you have memorized and can regurgitate, and smarts being how reasonable you are and how well you can connect things into coherent wholes, and literally using that to gain points against each other in a conversation until somebody wins, and trying to literally slam dunk on other people. And there's a couple of people who are academics, who are impartial and objective about this and just want to see what happens. And I think Jose is one of those, and I would consider myself one of those. Most people fall into all three categories, depending on, including me, but I would say that for the most part, Bob is one of those, right? Where they are interested in the science behind the topic, they are interested in the conversation about the science and the conversation about the reasoning about it.
Okay, Barney, so let's turn the mirror around slightly, because that sounds more about the flat earth. What about the people who are coming onto or having these one-on-one debates, discussions, whatever you want to call it, but seem to have this passive-aggressive nature, and you can physically tell that they're getting annoyed, but yet they're still going on and having these conversations with somebody they consider to be an idiot, and will call them much worse words than that. What do you think the motivation for those type of people are?
I would say that that's the first category of catharsis. That is the, I'm going to join this conversation and then get some emotional release.
That's actually interesting, because if you throw one of your other descriptions onto that profile, you get Rumpus, and if you throw the other description on that profile, you get Nathan Thompson.
Yes. Precisely.
But do you think it's good though for those people to continually put themselves into a position where they are having this emotional reaction to the engagement?
I have no idea. I'm not doing a full-on scientific study. I'm not tracking how that affects their personal lives or...
No. I'm just asking for your opinion. I appreciate it's not a full study or anything. It's one of the reasons why I started joining these panels is because I enjoy listening to the people and learning about them as opposed to necessarily the full science behind it.
I don't know if that's good for them, right? And it could be completely individual, right? It could be good for somebody, and somebody else might be trying to emulate that because he sees that the other person is apparently enjoying themselves, but it doesn't work for them. I literally don't think that there is a one-to-one correlation, that it's a binary choice of this thing is good for them or it is bad for them and nothing in between, right? Yes, I think it's good that people get emotional release. That's why people read books and play video games and watch movies and participate in sports. This is just another form of activity.
Yeah. Can't really argue against that.
Well, I totally agree with you on that end. I think it's great that people can come in, have a discussion. You know, it can have its highs, its lows, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still the human interaction that some people are looking for, or something like that. You know, to me, it's interesting just watching people's minds work. Watch or listen to people's minds work as they go through the motions of attempting a debate or to have a discussion. It's just interesting to me.
Keep going, guys. I gotta run outside and grab something out of the truck real quick.
And like,
listening to that, I really wish I was less on the catharsis side, but I know I get there eventually.
There's an old joke about a sadist and a masochist coming together, and the masochist says, hurt me, and the sadist says, no. Right? And that's basically like, if you run into a flat earther which is obviously trying to get you triggered, which is obviously trying to get you enraged, and is obviously trying to find the words to kind of make you go, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Like, just deny them the pleasure. Right.
Barney, I'm going to borrow that joke. I like that. Sean, were you trying to say something? I got you as talking, but I also got you going, hey, Gart.
Yeah, I was going over a bridge. I didn't want to, blast that out all out. No, I was going to say, I guess that's kind of how I am. I'd rather just sit back and just have the conversation and try my best to not get to that point where I'm calling names, because I feel like they're really in the discussion, when it comes right down to it, it's not going to affect anybody's life either way, if it is flat or if it isn't. But to see people so passionate about it, about something that it's not, it really isn't going to change their life. Other than someone's going to say, look, I was right. That's about it. But to see them get so angry, there's just something hilarious and sad at the same time about it. It's the ultimate drama.
And these points that we keep going over and over and over and over again are just the excuse to engage in one of the three categories that I've listed, right? Why do we keep coming back to Coriolis, even though it has been explained 60 different times with the same people? Because it's not about Coriolis. It is either about catharsis or competition or just studying people. Nobody cares about Coriolis on either side.
Yeah, it's not like we're all going out back going, all right, I'm gonna fire off my howitzer or something like that. You know, do I need to account for Coriolis? You know, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Although it'd be really cool to shoot off a howitzer in the backyard.
Right. I was thinking the same thing.
I was just trying to think of where on earth I would go that I could actually manage to shoot one off.
The boss.
So it might not be a howitzer, but they do have points where they do like the reenactments and stuff like that. They'll shoot off cannons, like the full size cannons and stuff. You could go shoot one of those.
Yeah, I'd like to shoot something that actually has a load in it, though.
You have target shooting with cannons.
Oh, do you really? I would love to do
Yes.
that.
You can either look up reenactments, like the people who reenact, let's say, Civil War battles and stuff like that. They will usually have a subgroup, which is the cannoneers, which will build cannons and go into cannon casting and bullet casting and stuff like that. And they regularly have meetups where they actually buy up a range and shoot at barrels.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
There's a great video on what's his name, Smarter Every Day, where he goes to such a meetup to see a specific kind of rifled cannon with six-sided bullets. But he goes through what all of what they're doing, and I'm pretty sure he has contacts to the community in the description.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go out there and check it out. Then I know where I can go in. I know where I can go to get into a sword fight. Strangely enough, but cannons I didn't.
Well, Brian, have you ever heard of pumpkin chucking?
Oh, trebuchets. Yes, I've been to a couple of those events.
Those are
Well,
badass.
they do trebuchets, and they also do air cannons and all sorts of stuff.
Those air cannons look like nothing but fun.
You also have spud guns as a hobby, as
I need to make
there
one
is
of
an actual community of cannoneers around spud guns.
Potato guns for America.
Yeah,
Yeah,
potato
is
guns.
If you're
Those
really
are
clever
easy.
about it,
Those are actually
as an
easy to
idiot,
make.
yeah, if you're a little clever about your ratios, you can actually make it into a tennis ball launcher, and it will light the tennis ball on fire as it leaves the barrel.
Just use two. All you gotta do is use 2.5 inch PVC, or 3 inch. I'm sorry.
Brian, in the back chat there, I put you a pumpkin chucking video link.
Thanks much.
And the odd thing is those things are so easy to make. It's almost scary. Potato guns.
Oh, some of those are. Oh, I thought you were talking about the pumpkin chuckers. Oh, some of those are freaking
Those too.
unbelievable. Oh no, some of them are unbelievable. The mechanics involved with them.
Oh yeah,
Holy crap!
I watched one on like one of the Discovery Channel documentary ones about that, and it was like, people putting in like a whole year to build these damn things.
Yeah, exactly. I think I probably watched the same one.
Yeah, what I was really kind of amazed by in that same vein when I learned that archery is a martial art in Japan. You all know that I practice Kyudo, that I run a Kyudo club, but that there is a martial art of handling explosives, and that they have the same. Yeah, building rockets and firing them off in the traditional Japanese Budo, in the way of the warrior, in the samurai arts.
Oh,
right?
damn.
There is a martial art of handling explosives.
Also, I did not realize you ran an Aikido club. That's pretty awesome.
Would a firing range be considered a martial art then?
It depends, right? It can either be a sport or it can be a martial art.
What makes it a martial art, though? I'm not saying it's not. I'm just asking what makes it a martial art.
Well, Sean, you have to remember, in a lot of Asian societies, anything can be considered an art form. See, Kung Fu literally translates to time and effort. So everyone can have Kung Fu. The baker has Kung Fu. The butcher has Kung Fu. It's just a matter of what you interpret as art.
Mastery. Yeah. So the difference between a general sport and a martial art in the kind of Eastern sense is that a martial art is everything. It is more about the state of mind and body than performing the skill.
I like to say it's more of a solo sport, not a team sport, in a sense.
That's not necessarily true. Kyudo is definitely a team sport because a lot of our shooting is formation shooting.
Okay, I can see that, but but when we're talking mixed martial arts, whether we're talking jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, like all these different aspects of it, it realistically is all just putting it back into play of a combat sport, of what worked in combat.
Yeah. Yes.
So even for me personally, you have to worry about you more than you need to worry about the guy next to you.
Ooh, that's not a very common martial philosophy. Why?
Well,
traditionally,
I don't mean it in training, because training, that's where I think it is a team sport or a team effort. But once you go to the mat, once you are aiming at your target, it's you and the target, you and your opponent. It's not the team anymore.
So I'm not sure if this is apocryphal, but I've heard the story that way. But supposedly, Spartan army encouraged homosexual relations between the soldiers, so that they would come to care for each other.
I've heard the same thing tale about Roman soldiers.
Now I'm happy I went to Truth Army instead of Spartan. I like you guys, but I don't want to be that close.
Yeah, Sean, here's something interesting. For a while, a small penis was considered the epitome of beauty in male form for Greece.
Sean is gorgeous.
Yeah, and being fat was meant you were rich too.
Yep. You could afford all the food.
No, I just meant you were fat.
So does that make me beautiful and rich?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Jesus. Okay.
And the show goes.
So what I was going to say, in Kyudo, information shooting, the shooting begins before you enter the dojo, right? Where you need to know how to get your group together, how to stand in line. Literally, you have steps with breathing and the whole ceremony and process of walking through the door, walking to your shooting spot, and a direct sequence of following the person in front of you shooting and preparing the person behind of you for shooting, so that you let off your arrows in sequence while letting everything is connected. It is not just an act of one person getting to a line, drawing the bow and then measuring what he has hit.
Yeah.
That's the sport. The martial art is everything leading in and everything leading out, and what you're thinking while you're doing it, and how you're breathing, and how you're communicating, and the concept of of the right spacing and distance in the hierarchy, which is inherited from the military tradition, in the like everything, all of the things that make it a budo, that make it a way. Right, that make it an art.
Yeah, I think that you're 100% right. I think I just did, because I don't have a mental picture of what you do when you're doing that I couldn't piece that part together. So I do apologize on that.
Right, and everything is prescribed. How you walk, how you stand, how you sit down, how you get up, how you take your arrows from the stand, how you take your bow, how you everything is ceremonial.
It's the same as Kenjutsu.
In a way, yes, and there's a lot of movements are shared.
Right, and the steps that are involved when you are presenting, when you are sitting, everything is a procession. And the reason is because you want to be in tune with the person that you are going to be standing next to on a battlefield.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. It's kind of like ROTC, in a sense. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like basic training. You want to be involved with the person that is right next to you. You want to know that you have their back and they have your back.
Okay,
and you don't want to be inventing it on the battlefield. You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be subconscious at that point.
Yeah, instinctive, automatic, natural, right? So that when a situation occurs, it is in your nature to do the right thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that it takes a very long time to, for one, understand what that means, to subconsciously have muscle memory basically take over rather than think at all. Because in jiu-jitsu is the same way. The more I think, the more time my opponent has. Everything needs to be muscle memory. Everything needs to be reactional. That's a word. You can't just think. Thinking takes too long. Is the way I was
One
taught.
thing that I really love in Kudo, mistakes, right? Mistakes happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're not supposed to happen. You have all the rules not to have mistakes happen. But then you have the rules of what you do when a mistake happens.
Yeah.
And a mistake in Japanese is called a shitsu. And that's probably the most common Kudo t-shirt that you will find, like casual wear, is shitsu happens.
Yeah.
Where you have, if your bowstring breaks, or you drop an arrow, or you hit your glasses while you're shooting, or anything like that happens, there are ceremonies, like literal steps. You need to put this arrow into this hand like this, put this bow here. There is a person, like an assistant, who has his own ceremony of how he's going to come and take that bow, which is now broken, restring it and bring it back. All of that is codified.
So
and
it's really traditional then.
Yes, very.
Yeah, because
and
like go ahead.
All of their martial arts were initially like that.
Mm.
Like they were jutsu, which is a skill, an ability, which is every person can train for themselves and be the best that they can be individually. And there are secrets that are passed around on how to do certain things, but it's a skill. It is just goal oriented.
Yeah,
it becomes
like the variation between teams, basically.
And then it becomes a do, and a do is a full-on martial art, where that is not only what you're doing, that is also what you're thinking and breathing and have practiced so much that it is second nature to you, and everybody who is in that art is doing it almost ritually with you, in unison, with complete understanding, without need for further communication, and communication being carried out by literal breathing. Right? When me and my teacher shoot together, one of us is turned with their back towards the other, and if I'm in front, I can literally hear her breathing and know where she is in the ritual, in the ceremony.
Yeah.
And know what she's doing, and can keep, like, I breathe in the same rhythm as she does, and like everything gets synced up.
Yeah.
And that doesn't require any further communication.
Yeah, it's kind of like how not as traditional, but when I roll, like if we're rolling and we're doing, and someone is having a belt ceremony, or we're at a we're doing like a what do you call it? Damn, like a seminar basically, where you're showing techniques. It's the same thing where you're rolling to continue a roll. You're not trying to win. You're just rolling for the technique of it. And it's one of those things where you can do, any belt can do it if you do it right. But yeah, I see exactly what you're saying when it comes down to that, the sync.
Right, and then the second level of the art, sorry, let's say the third level of the art is mastery, in which again you gain the freedom of now having completely internalized the art and making it a part of yourself. Now you get to expand upon that and make a new thing and improve it and change the thing, having completely internalized what it was. And it is very related to the conversation that we're having about science and flat Earth, trying to, like, the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? Where you look at a thing and think you know what you need to correct and how to change it. But no, you first need to understand it. You need to absorb everything there is to absorb before you can actually attempt to change it, because your scope is too narrow. You're seeing this one thing, and it seems as though there is a very easy and simple solution to this one thing. Mm-hmm. And I actually agree it would work for that one thing, but that one thing does not exist alone in the universe. Exactly. Everything is interconnected. Everything needs to be one reality.
I think everyone on Earth should have to take a martial art. It teaches you to, all important as far as I'm concerned, drop your ego, which is a big issue in sports and life.
I totally agree. Martial arts or boxing or something.
Boxing is a martial art. Boxing is a martial art.
Yeah, yes, it's a style, yeah, but there's so many different variations of it, and it's changed so much over time. Well, going back traditionally.
Well, that's the same thing as jiu-jitsu, because I learned Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but that derives from Japanese jiu-jitsu, which is kind of a judoist look to it, but different. It's weird, or it's weird for me at least. But here's the crazy thing. I can't roll. If I roll against someone that's a Japanese jiu-jitsu practitioner who's a belt ahead of me, or same belt as me, it's like rolling as a white belt. It's weird because it's not the same technique. So everything I'm waiting for, I'm feeling for, doesn't happen. It's weird.
It's a lot easier to get tossed around that way.
Yep. That's why the first 3 years I didn't do any judo. A buddy of mine was like, "You should do judo," and I don't have a wrestling background, but I have a wrestling style. So he was like, "Yeah, if you don't learn judo, you're just gonna get tossed around everywhere." Because a wrestler has a bull rush type takedown rather than judo practitioner who wants to get you in close and then use leverage. But the second I started to learn judo, I stopped getting thrown, because then if you know what you're looking for, you know why that person's hip's touching your hip, and you know you need to get out of there, stuff like that. But yeah.
No. But jujutsu and judo are specifically what I was talking about in terms of what is a jutsu and what is a do, right?
Yep.
Where jutsu is just the ability, the skill. The jujutsu literally means the gentle skill, being able to disable your opponent without hurting him.
Yes.
And judo is the gentle way, right? And that goes much further into everything, into how you act and how you think and how you behave.
Yeah.
I think they only call it gentle because there's no sword in their hand.
No.
No, you're not trying.
There's no strength.
You're not trying to. Yeah, you're not trying to.
Barney, I'm trying to be funny. Please let me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I forget that I'm not funny.
Good one.
That was hilarious.
I just keep forgetting I'm not funny when I make jokes. I apologize.
Nah, it
was a good try.
Yeah. Thanks, Blue. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry, my joke recognition algorithms fail me sometimes.
You're just not funny, Brian.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly agree with that statement.
I don't think we even caught it. But hey, you're a doctor.
Sometimes when you're tired, though.
Yeah, when you're tired, you're probably a lot funnier.
It's all fun till somebody gets an eye put out.
That is true.
Well, that could be fun too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I have another Aaron troll upload, but I don't know if I want to even upload it. It got boring all of a sudden.
Your intro, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been doing those little uploads, and they were fun. But then I was doing one last night. What were we talking about? I think we were looking at Travis's projection, and I asked him if he was practicing his Nathan. And I realized I'm only egging him on.
Yep.
And believe it or not, I can give a shit less about Troll Aaron. I don't want him anywhere near my fucking stream at all. I don't even want him in my fucking chat. Smart Aaron, he can chill. But Troll Aaron, kiss my ass. I think I'm gonna upload this last one, and that'll be the end of the Aaron fiasco.
For me, Aaron is a really good exercise in patience. Like, how long can I go just answering his questions
before I want to wring his neck?
I say, as long as he continuously asks different questions and not the same question, I can deal with him.
He diverts to the same question every time. It's pretty bad. Yesterday was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was really bad. I wanted to freaking freak out on him. Was that yesterday? I think it was the day before yesterday. One of the 6.
It might have been 2 days ago because I lost my temper with him the other day.
I don't think it was here. Was it here? I don't think it was here.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. I don't think it was that bad though. That seemed worse. Let me see. My bad, I'm trying to actually set up this little audio or video thing on the screen. It's not working. It means nothing to you guys though, so my apologies. It's sidetracked.
Yay!
What just happened? Alright, I think I'm finished.
Who said what?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I'm a genius. That nice little green screen I have on OBS. Keep forgetting I gotta like do the chroma key thing. There you go. So much easier. Fuck. Okay, so let's get back into the topic of discussion of something, or end this shit. Alright. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Everyone on the panel is getting bored and tired.
We're talking about how everybody's mind controlled.
Yeah.
I think the people who say that everybody's mind controlled are the most mind controlled of us all.
Yeah. And right now the chat's mostly just Montreal saying random flat earth quote-unquote fact. We call him on it, he switches to a different fact without defending his point, and then saying we're in La La Land for not believing him.
Here's the thing. I like Montreal a lot, but I will admit, Montreal is getting a little off the path. Let me explain Montreal. These days, it seems that you are more willing to make a claim than ask about a claim. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense? Montreal used to be a very asky person, and I still think he's interested. It's just now I think he's in battle mode, where now he wants to win arguments rather than have the conversation about the arguments. Don't agree? Friends like, shut up, Sean. Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
I thought you were still going. Shout out to Dan the Waterman in chat.
Yeah, I see Dan's out there.
Hi, Dan.
Got that marine radar figured out yet, Dan?
I think I actually gave him his wrench back.
Yeah, he did. What the hell is wrong with you?
I was high. I'm not sure if you noticed or not. The last 2 nights, I was toasty. And I did it on purpose. That days off.
I won't shout you out until you spell my name right.
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I see it. I'm like, damn, say that shit off air, please.
No, Sean, I'll shout you out whenever you want me to.
I didn't mean like that, Brad.
Nope.
It was going to be a special way.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Hello I'm New is Hello I'm New must be a QE clone. These are all things that I used to get called by QE. I love that. Yay.
I know who that is.
Okay, Montreal, what defines level? Montreal loves me. He'll answer my questions. Yeah. Montreal said in the chat, he said, water always finds its level, you clowns, but you guys think it curves. And since we're on like defining terms and stuff, you understand that a body of water isn't a body of water. It's
I don't even care because I've seen water curve, Sean. I've seen it curve.
I mean, look, when I pee,
it's not impossible for water to curve.
I'm saying when I pee, it curves. The urine does.
What did JM Truth do to Shelly? I'm just hearing about this.
Awesome meltdown, stole her money. He took his equipment from a casino. It was awesome.
Wait, what did you say? Hey, Crash. Whatever you have to do, whatever it is, to fix that mic, please do it. Seriously, I've never heard anyone talk as much in a robot every single time.
See, Montreal, this is what we were talking about. You're making claims instead of responding to questions that are asked. You're not asking questions. You're just saying things that have no basis.
There's people walking upside down right underneath your feet.
Montreal.
What a bunch of clowns. Well, apparently you think that.
We can go go over what
I
you're
don't-
saying, Montreal, but again, I would have to ask, what defines level?
We think it's that planes fly sideways at the equator. What?
Oh,
No, I think that
Well, we
planes flying
think, but we
orient.
don't know.
I think from the plane's orientation to the center of the Earth, it's flying straight up and down.
It's flying straight. The plane wants to go straight, dude. It's flying straight, dude. The plane isn't connected to the Earth.
Plane's
in
flying
any way.
straight. Yes.
Yeah, and Montreal, if you want to come on, I'll make sure no one attacks you. You'll be okay.
You guys
Montreal
know what
always
he's
in-
trying to say. Like
Yeah.
if you imagine space as Euclidean space where everything is straight lines and right angles, and then measure things going around the Earth, then people in Australia are standing upside down and the planes are flying sideways at the equator and right side up at the North Pole, or because wait, but that would define up as north. That doesn't work, does it? Messy Montreal.
The worst part is I just need something to give me a reason for the alternative, data that shows why everything is wrong. I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, this doesn't work. But it's another thing to say, this doesn't work. No. Your explanation for how it works is wrong. That's what confuses me.
Side chat.
Apparently, side chat's hearing music. YouTube's hearing music.
Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, it was one of those stupid little things I have up. Don't mind it.
Check the chat on here for DM meltdown.
No clue what you just said.
He said, check the side chat on here for a little bit of what happened with JM and Shelly.
Oh. I don't even know who they are. Or I know who JM is. I don't know who Shelly is, though.
Shelly seems earnest enough. She's a former army officer who thinks that the Earth is flat.
Wait, the one that does the live streams with him. The blonde.
Yeah. Apparently he stole a bunch of money from her.
Go figure. Didn't they just like create a movie together or some shit?
Right now they're arguing over who gets to film the movie.
Wow. And the movie is what?
The Plain Truth.
No, but is it a movie or like a documentary?
It's a documentary about flat Earth to correct the misrepresentations of Behind the Curve.
I can't wait. Because Behind the Curve,
it's never going to get made.
What Behind the Curve is what made me realize we don't live on a flat Earth. Because I got sick of seeing flat Earth tests fail, and then all the excuses that came along with it.
It must be the heavenly energies causing this gyroscope to turn. We have to encase it in osmium.
What?
That was wasn't that what Bob Nadell had said? It's like it
Yes.
must have been the heavenly energies causing this fiber optic gyro to turn. We need to make a chamber out of osmium to keep the heavenly energies out of it.
No, I didn't listen to them. Otherwise, I probably would have left flat Earth sooner.
Yeah, they said some crazy thing like that. He needed an unobtainium chamber to put it in or some bullshit.
GPS yelling out in the side chat, bismuth.
Bismuth, that's what the kind of chamber they were going to put it in.
Unobtainium, that would have worked better.
Well, yeah, but unobtainium only exists for, what, milliseconds at a time?
Well, if you get the
unobtainium.
Yeah, if you get the canifordium version of it, it lasts a little longer.
You get that at Walmart?
Yeah, you can. You have to order it though.
But you got to go through FEMA Walmart? It's a new branch.
Hmm. Yeah, you find it. It's on the shelf right up next to the Krylon paint.
That's gonna have one with the can of Krylon. Yeah.
You know, those sealed containers of stuff.
I don't know. It's weird. This whole situation is weird because I came at Flat Earth a whole different way than a lot of people do. So the stuff I know now irritates me that I didn't know it then. But it's like at the same time, it seems so obvious what's possible or not even a talking point. What's up, hello? I'm new.
Hello, I'm new.
Is that conspiracy?
Hello, I'm old.
Holy shit, Jose.
I am new.
Are you new? How new are you? New enough to think we'll believe?
Hello, I'm new.
Where are you from?
I knew you were new.
No, we haven't seen you around
I
here.
am new. I am new.
I've never seen you before.
I am new.
I think. Oh, this is an I am
break,
great
dude.
situation.
Let it break.
I'm starting to
This is
understand it
turning
now.
the show.
Posted the link to Shelly's Facebook with all the information that was with the video.
Are you new to Flat Earth or are you new to the stream?
New.
This is the only word he can say. Man.
He said I'm.
How long will you be new for? Because once you're new, you then become old.
Yeah, you're already starting to get kind of old. I agree.
I am new.
Are you a cousin of Groot?
I am new.
Yep.
When will you not be new?
Hello, I'm new.
Cool. Well, welcome. I am new. Or hello, I am new.
I'm new.
Hannah Anderson in the chat. Sounds like a cat mewing.
Yeah, that's about what it sounds like on this end too.
I'm new.
New, is the earth flat? Oh no, hello, I'm new. I got it.
Yes. He showed a zipper over his mouth emoji.
Okay, can't draw him out that way. Let's try something else. Like your MLJ, buddy. Looks cool. Happy little guy there.
It's probably new.
He says it again.
Maybe he's telling us.
All right, Ozzie, from now on, you're only allowed to speak in emojis.
Is that Jose?
Sorry, I am new. You're only allowed to speak in emojis from now on, then.
It's I'm
the fish
new.
guy.
Uh-oh, now he's got the frogs.
Oh God, Jose has freed the frogs. They're new. Watch out.
You know what conspiracy we still need to go, deal with?
What?
Yeah, crashes frogs. That sound like his crickets that sound like frogs. Oh,
You
Say what now?
Crickets.
Okay, so we've all heard Jose's frogs. Well, sometimes, it's been a while, but Crash would have the exact same sound in the background. But Crash kept saying it were crickets.
Mine were crickets.
No, they weren't. The crickets don't sound like frogs.
They were frogs.
Can you prove it?
Can you prove they're not crickets?
Yep.
How was that?
I will play the audio.
You need to show us a photo that shows that it's not crickets.
No. I just need
I'm
to play
sorry,
the audio.
we don't accept photographic evidence.
I put it through peer review, and a jury of my peers decided that they were frogs.
I would like to know where the hell the little frogs came from then, because I'm nowhere near any body of water.
Toads.
Dudes.
Trees. You got tree frogs.
Yep.
I don't think they could make it. I don't know.
Are you saying you don't live by water? Like all existence in your area doesn't need hydrogen?
That is not what I said, smartass.
Just saying.
Water's not hydrogen.
Why can't frogs live in your area? And are you telling me
Channel
that there
Q,
are
do
no
you
frogs?
even know what the word hydrogen means?
What water's not hydrogen, dude?
Some of it is.
Hydrogen's a gas.
Hydrogen literally means that which makes water.
Well, I didn't name it. I just know it's not water.
It's part of.
I missed that phone though. You guys hear all the shit Mike does. Taboo fucking sucks.
Oh my god, dude.
Yes, your microphone fucking sucks.
He did it on purpose, John. He did it on purpose to troll you. He is troll like level 90, 100, dude.
Is he like doing
What's your
the
bandwidth
drive?
set?
Is he like doing like the drive-through thing where you every saying right? One of those.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
See? That was nice and clear, Crash. How'd that happen?
Okay, guys, this hangout is no longer new, so I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm not new.
Have a good one, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to end it pretty soon. Damn, it's still early. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop as well. I will speak to you later on. Sean, I've sent you a message on Discord when you get a chance after the stream.
Yeah, definitely.
And I will speak to you later, folks. Have fun.
Thank you for being here, sir. Yeah, I'm pretty.
Toodaloo.
Yeah, I got some stuff I gotta do anyway. Thank you, Sean. Have a good one, sir. Yeah, we're gonna probably cut it off, and then
Yeah, you do.
I'm probably going to go live again later because it's so damn early. But it'll be one of my like late night BS ones. No topic, because what's the point? But tomorrow, I'm going to make sure we talk about the conspiracies that I wanted to. What's up, Angle of Attack? Why you gotta come at the very, 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 very end?
I just got in my car. I just wanted to say that I'm new. I'm new. That's why. And also, it's Angel.
Ah, see? It all comes together.
I know. I know. See? This is when I was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Right here at the end.
That is true.
At the beginning of the end.
I see that now. Wait, why's it got to be the beginning of the end? Why can't it just be the end of the beginning?
Middle of the beginning?
The side, I don't know.
The
Starting
side
point?
of the front?
It's like a pre-start.
I just wanted to come on and talk about the Ether ban because it hasn't been mentioned in 10 minutes.
No.
I mean,
who was that? Was that Fish Guy?
I'm gonna just all of a sudden end the stream right off the bat just for that.
Damn it!
I'm not sure
sorry.
if you remember or not. The Ether ban is dead here.
Oh yes.
I just want to point something out real quick. You know, you can tell where your mind is coming from the flat Earth debates and everything when you called him angle of attack.
I know that I do that all the time too.
He does. It's all right.
I don't care. I can't read. I don't want to read. too many damn letters. I hate typing. I hate reading. I just want to talk.
Besides, letters aren't real.
No, they're not. Man-made.
Words aren't real.
Yeah. They're just words.
Show me where letters occur in nature. So there you go.
Yeah. Show me where a dinosaur wrote an essay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't prove that water has got hydrogen in it. You can't prove that.
Oh, you know.
Yes, you can.
I had two people in chat not long
can.
ago say you can't prove that water is H2O. I don't remember who it was, or what chat, but they were sincere. It might have been Travis's show.
Do you know what alcohol is?
I do.
CH22011.
Wait, what'd you say?
CH22011. That's alcohol.
5 o'clock.
Is that all alcohol?
That's alcohol, dude.
Is it all alcohol, or are there different variables of alcohol? Different. Oh shit! I didn't mean to say variable. Yeah, can you wiggle it? Can you change? What's the independent variable in your alcohol?
Hops.
Coke. Bitters. The hops. The barley. I'm adding nothing to this conversation. I'm sorry. I gotta go to work.
It was more than what we had going already, so I appreciate it.
Everyone was jumping ship. I thought I'd say hello, and that's all.
More than welcome anytime. Thank you for stopping by. Huh? What do we know about alcohol?
You guys don't even know what alcohol is.
Yeah, I do. It's the stuff that burns on cuts.
Why are you putting your alcohol on cuts, dude?
Oh, because I don't drink, so the only alcohol I work with is rubbing alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol is for sore muscles. You're not supposed to put it on cuts.
No,
yeah, that's why it's called rubbing alcohol. No. You're not supposed to put it on cuts, dude. If your arm hurts and it's sore, you're supposed to rub it into your muscle.
I use Tiger Balm for that.
Well, I bet it's got alcohol in it.
Oh yeah, it does. Because it burns the shit out of my eyes.
It's alcohol wrong, dude. Why are you putting alcohol on cuts, dude?
Because it cleans it. I ain't a pussy.
Unnecessary, dude.
I still cry, but I ain't a pussy. I know it's gonna. I know it's gonna hurt.
Let the soap and water get in the cut, and then it'll be healed in like a day.
Because the soap stings.
Yeah, but the alcohol. So does the alcohol stings worse?
Yeah, but I know the alcohol is cleaning
yourself, dude, and it takes longer to heal.
And then when you use soap and water, you gotta dry it. But when you use alcohol, it dries itself.
Because they use the alcohol to sterilize the scalpels, dude. You don't put it in the cut. They
I don't
put iodine in it.
Well, wait. I'm not rubbing alcohol in wounds.
Well, I don't know what you're doing with it, but you're doing it wrong.
I think so, probably. It hurts, so it feels like it's working. Right?
No, you're damaging your skin.
Wait. If rubbing alcohol was for sore muscles, why wouldn't they just make it a cream?
I don't know, because they make it like that.
Can't you drink that stuff?
No, don't
I
drink.
wouldn't drink it.
I wouldn't drink it either. I was just asking. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know what
People
you
who are
guys do.
alcoholics who run out of alcohol don't drink rubbing alcohol.
I've had what you call it?
I know that
151. That's just as close to rubbing alcohol as it gets, I think.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
You sure? Because
we drink ethanol.
no, you guys drink ethanol. I don't drink.
Well,
You know what? Some people drink ether.
Huh?
Isn't that what it's called?
I thought you were going to say the ether ban. I was going to get scared.
What's it called? I said the wrong word because I'm here and that's words in my head.
Ethanol?
No, it's called.
Oh, I was going to say I know that one's not. You can't do that. That's a real bad idea.
I give up because I don't drink and I don't know what it is I'm thinking of. It's some azimuth or something like that. Is that another flat earth word?
Come on, you guys can speak up like you guys don't
Is that
drink.
an alcohol word? That's a alcohol.
You
right?
live in Tennessee. I think you grew up you were born on a bottle, right?
there's a rumor going around to that effect, but I refuse to confirm it.
That's because they do you're the one who actually turned water into wine, so you don't want no one to know. All right, guys, we beat this one to just smithereens.
What's up, party people?
Angel of Attack destroyed it. We were all on our way out, and he jumped in and was like, "What's up? Oh, now you want to talk?"
What's up, party people?
Absinthe. That's what it's
Welcome.
called.
Hello,
You know
I'm new. Thank you. Come again.
It's like select words
No.
sound very different, but there's these certain words that he can't say for nothing without sounding like him.
What's up, party people?
He's really trying on that one.
Yeah, you need to be much deeper.
Yeah.
Jose.
No.
That's Dell. That's not good, Adele. You sound like a cow.
Greetings, everybody.
That was pretty good.
And I picked, today was the day I was like, nah, I'll smoke, but I'm not going to smoke too much. I should have smoked a lot. This would have been the best ending ever. You want to have
ever.
Hello, I am new. Do you want like a 5-minute time slot right now? If it's 5 minutes, just you, just say whatever you want.
5 minutes. Geez,
5 minutes.
Sí, señor, sí, me gustaría hablar un poquito. Muchas gracias a todos por escucharme, por ser participantes de este episodio muy excitante del canal de Sean G, donde tú puedes discutir los temas de la Tierra plana, el globo y mucho más. Muchas gracias por tenerme y volveré la próxima vez. ¡Hasta luego!
Big ass globe.
Can anybody translate for me?
Yeah,
Not a chance.
you're great. This is a great episode. And Flat Earth is stupid, and the globe's big ass mass, dude. And they said, "Bye."
I hope so, because I don't want like to be like the dude that went into the tattoo parlor and was like, "Write badass on my forehead," and he wrote "pussy."
I think you pretty much said he's happy to be here and thank you and how great the show was. And this was a great episode. You're a great host. And then he said that Flat Earth was false or stupid, I think. And then he said that the Earth was a big mass.
I'm gonna go viral because this is a bilingual stream right now.
Maybe. You know, that comment you made about somebody writing the thing and you didn't know, I know somebody that happened to where they got a tattoo on the top of their head and they thought it was going to be a cross, but it turned out to be something else.
That's when you gotta like go blow up a place.
Oh,
Say it.
that's why you don't get tattoos where you can't see them.
Exactly. Or by people.
Or in general.
Yeah.
Just don't get tattoos.
You can't get a bad tattoo if you don't get a tattoo.
I just get those kind that you can like wash off in a few days.
Oh, like the Hannah ones, or the Cracker Jack ones.
No, they make them different now, where you like buy them. They're better, I guess. I don't know. I see kids do it. Well, I used to. I used to have kids. They're all grown ups now.
Ah, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hungry.
Yeah,
if there's
me
any
too.
chance of me going on live later on, I have to go now.
I think I'm with you, Sean.
Yes, sir. I'll be back later. I'm pretty damn sure of it.
I won't.
Why? Can't we too cool? Too cool for us?
Yeah, that's probably why. No, it's because I'm probably gonna go to be in bed, dude. I got life stuff that I have to do because that's what life does to you. It makes you do things that you wouldn't rather do.
Yeah, fuck that. Doesn't even sound fun. Nah. Fuck it, no.
Well, you have to do it sometimes. Sometimes you just have to do things. They just have to get done.
Bullshit. Nah.
Well,
you're a glober. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not a glober, dude. I'm just a normal, regular person. Probably even below.
You live on a ball, don't you?
No, I don't live on a ball.
NASA says you do.
I don't care what NASA says.
Why? They're the authority.
Not my authority, dude. I'm the only author of me.
Can you go to space?
Me personally, can I go to space? When?
Tomorrow.
No.
Flat Earth proven. Thank you. Case closed. I know how to wear down these ballers.
Hey, we're down, dude. Let's go.
I'm leaving.
Oh, so who's more down then?
You are, definitely.
Globe Earth proven.
Yep. That's about how the conversation goes. we just summed it, what, 5 years up? in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was started as a joke. Some people just didn't get it, I guess.
I don't think it was a good joke. Did Brian do it? Is it Brian's fault? He doesn't have very good jokes.
I don't know. Some guy.
Send me an email, Crash. I put a link in the side chat.
Yep.
My kids grew up. That's what happened to the kids. Okay, Random Explorer. That's all. They're just adults.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna talk
I don't know
about
if they have real-
burning recycling in Malaysia tonight on my next stream.
What?
Yep.
What are you gonna talk about?
Burning recycling in Malaysia
When?
tonight on my stream.
Why? Because I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah.
Why do you hate me? Just tell me if you hate me. I'll stay away.
I'm just kidding. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, you wouldn't, and I would just watch and laugh at you. Well, I would watch not when you're doing it live, but later when I wake up.
I wouldn't do that. I don't even know what's going on over there. Aren't they still looking for an airliner?
No, they found it.
Real shit? See?
No,
Wait.
they didn't find it.
Oh.
Yeah, they found that plane. It was in the ocean. They found pieces of it.
No. They found another Malaysian airliner that went down. That's for real. That first one, that's they're playing Lost right now.
I don't. What do you mean playing Lost? What does that mean?
TV show?
Oh, that's what I thought you meant. That TV show was a ripoff.
Yeah, it was.
Don't watch it.
It was like real cool in the beginning, and then it just jumped. Jump the shark? Yeah, jump the shark. It sucked. Talking polar bears.
You know what
and
it's
shit.
like? It's a lot like when one of these flat earthers comes on and just fires questions at you. It's a lot like how that show was, because it never told you why anything ever happened. It just moved on to something else happening.
Yeah, it was supposed to not make any damn sense.
And nothing connected, and you couldn't, there's like no logical reason for anything until the end when you realize why everything was happening.
Don't say anything. Some people haven't watched it.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't. It's not worth it.
It's not. I mean, if you're in the last season, continue to watch it, but don't start.
Stop
No,
now.
you
Whatever
kinda
you're going to
invest-
say is how it ends is going to be better than how it actually ends.
That is true. That is actually sadly true. Same with Game of Thrones. God damn it.
I didn't watch that. That's going to be too much violence for me.
Oh, it was just enough.
Narcissism. Too much narcissism. I can't take all that narcissism.
Oh, it's a mix of everything in 1 hour. It's wonderful.
You know, that's where the ice wall came from, right?
Unfortunately. Yeah. First season of that, I was like, oh, shit.
I know that. I know that about it. Oh, boy.
All right. We're just rambling.
I think
I'm
I
outta
watched
here.
like half of the first season or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
I watched up to the fifth season, and then my best friend, his wife, had already read all the way up to that point, and as like an asshole, he decided to tell me everything that hadn't happened yet, and I just couldn't watch it anymore.
What was that?
My best friend, his wife, had read through all the books before the show had caught up, and his fun game was spoiler alert the whole damn everything. So basically, I knew about a lot of stuff, and it was ruined for me. So I stopped watching it because what fun is it if you're sitting there either nitpicking shit that's not correct or happens because he told you so? Stop watching
Are we
it.
still talking? Are we still talking about the same show?
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Oh, see, I didn't watch that show.
It was a good show for a while.
Mm.
Right up into that redhead. Took that arrow. Damn.
See, I read most of the books when I was younger, so I started watching the show, and it was all right.
I bet you did, you Trekkie.
And
Ooh, Channel, did I tell you what I found?
No. What'd you
I found where all the nerds hang out.
Jim's Discord? I already knew that.
No. AT2, he does like the veteran streams.
Oh.
During the middle of the week when no one's looking, they all congregate and they like nerd out. I don't know what you call it. It was crazy. I saw a lot of people there. It scared me.
Like who?
Maybe I'm traumatized. Everyone was there except for Blue. I think he was still sleeping.
I wasn't there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. That's a good thing.
That A2, what's his name? A2D2? What's his name?
What is it? AT? I know him as AT2, but it's like AT means something. I don't know. But he does the veteran streams. He has the eagle head.
Yeah, he called me Darth Darkins once.
Yeah, but he's like new and reformed now.
Darkins once.
He's supposed to be reformed now. He seems to like want to be on the righteous of respect path now.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently. Am I wrong?
What does that mean?
Because he used to be part of the Dickhead clan. You know, the Fight the Flat Earths and all them. And then, like, they all broke up because I guess, like, someone didn't want to eat the cracker. I don't know. But now he's, like, nice now. Respectful, I think, from what I've seen so far.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to them. Yeah, that guy. He said I was Darth Dawkins once. Isn't that funny?
Who the hell is that?
Well, I was on Plainer Walk's channel, and I was talking to them, having a debate about God and shit. And he said I was Darth Dawkins because he wasn't understanding what I was saying. And then I made him read the Lord's Prayer out loud.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. I've
heard a lot of things about that stream. But anyway, that reminds me. I gotta
stream.
Planet Walker, whatever the fuck his name is. I heard he lets like flat earthers run all over him and shit. Kind of depressing.
I don't know. He's just letting them talk. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. What's the point? What are you going to do? Shut him down and tell him to shut up?
Absolutely not. But I'm just relaying what I heard. Thank you for correcting it.
I don't know. It's just like anybody else when they let flat earthers come on there to talk. I mean, you try to, you know what it's like. You've had a conversation with Ali B. You know how hard it is for anybody else to get a word in with him.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think anyone would say I was like a pushover.
They might, they didn't know you.
No one would.
And that's all they saw was him just getting to talk all the time. If anybody can draw any conclusion to anything that they want to, Sean.
No,
you can't control it.
Yes, I can.
Yes, they can. And a lot of people are dishonest and have bad memories on top of it, so they probably will.
That's true.
You did. You decided to think this about Plainer Walk when, sometimes you're the same.
No, I didn't think that way. I asked.
Okay, fine, but still. It's
I don't
like,
come to conclusions like that.
It's just personalities, dude. Rumpus will talk all day too. You just like if you let him on the show, you might as well. Everybody might as well leave him.
That's why he doesn't come on my stream because I shut that shit down. Dude, you shut up for 5 minutes, please.
In many ways, Rumpus is worse than any of the flat earthers.
Mm-hmm. Smart as shit. Just doesn't shut up.
Yeah, but he just comes in and absolutely dominates any conversation he's in. And you can't get him to stop.
Hold on. 5 more seconds.
Just can't get him to cut it out.
Well, shit, Sean, you remember that we were making those observations with Nathan Thompson, Travis. I don't remember who else was there, but we were doing the observation of those the white lighthouse or whatever that was, with the compression and the miraging and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it went from having a conversation about it to Rumpus presenting everything
and yelling, and then all hell broke loose. It was, I left. I was like, oh, fuck this, I'm out. But it was like an hour and a half of the best conversation, and Nathan Thompson was there. It wasn't like it was just Travis. Nathan was there, and he was being cordial, like he was just talking, and I found out he was Superman. That's some weird shit. Yeah, but he said he... No. He thinks he's a superhuman. I'm not bullshitting at all, guys. Not even a little bit.
I think I'm a superhuman.
No.
Yeah, he's grown an inch in 3 months.
Yeah. No, a month.
Oh, I heard him say that.
Yeah. He said he's a superhuman. He grew an inch. What was he doing? Doing something ridiculous. Like breathing or something. I don't even know. That dude said he was a superhuman, and I was like, oh shit. Only good thing out of that conversation that happened is I know you guys aren't gonna like it, but me and Pete Shea talked. We're cool again. He's gonna start coming back and hanging out.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, he owes me a part 2 of Aristarchus. You guys don't like him. I like that.
There's no part 2.
Yes, there is. He did a part 1. I don't have to believe it. Good stories are good stories.
I'm not accusing you of believing it. I'm just saying it's not going to be a part 2.
I'm sorry. Yes, there is. I'm going to make sure there is. Because remember, I've said this from day one. Pete will always be that uncle that you want to go smoke a fucking joint with and just listen to him rant.
Not me.
I do. That's how I feel. I think Pete's cool as shit. As long as he don't talk about 9/11, we are cool.
I don't care, dude. Pete's like, I've had enough of whatever that is.
I had a good breather. See, that's the thing. You guys have been dealing with him over at like Jose's and shit. I haven't talked to him since he left.
Yeah, and as soon as you do, you're going to change your mind about everything you just said.
Yeah,
it's just like in spurts. Shit crazy. That's
it's like
all
hindsight, dude. Hindsight.
Blue, you're telling me you don't know someone that is just batshit crazy, but it's just fun as shit to listen to?
No.
Oh yeah, I've run into quite a few people that I thought were batshit crazy, but fun to listen to. Pete is not one of them.
Pete is for me. Maybe that's because. See, that's the thing, though.
I mean, it's fun to a degree, but then after a while, I don't really think he's that crazy. Dude.
Put it this way: I'm the only person who has been able to censor Pete on 9/11, so I like it. I'm pretty proud of it.
I don't think that's true. I
Really?
censored him a great deal when he debated Schrodinger's on my channel.
Oh no, but he won't come on my panel and talk about 9/11. We made a deal. And he's actually held on. He's like hasn't gone against that in quite a few months. He slipped one time, but I let him because he didn't say anything like I thought he was going to. He didn't say, well, you guys know Pete's view of that shit.
Yeah, it's dumb. He's dumb.
He wants to get see it. Yeah, I'm angry. I don't even want him back on my channel now. I just thought about it. Thanks.
See? You're welcome. I'm saving you from the bullets, dude.
Thank you.
You're getting good people on here. It's nice.
All right. That's about all the fun I want to have for the moment.
Yeah.
I'll go and make a video or something.
Awesome. I keep trying to leave, but Channel Q keeps drawing me back in.
Yeah. I know.
Are you shutting it down? Because I heard you were going to close it. I just got here. Listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna hop off.
Hey Jose, why don't you go live for a minute?
Ooh.
Me?
See you guys.
Have a good one, Blue. Have a good one, Sean. Why don't you go live, Jose?
Why? What do you think I should do? Go live? Just to chill? To hang out?
Yeah. Everyone misses you. They're all sitting in a street corner somewhere, all just melting down. They're drinking their own piss now and stuff. They're like, "Where's Jose?"
Like a.
I don't think that's what's happening.
I know. No. Actually, that's not true, Channel. There are people actually having
Not a bad idea.
Jose withdrawals right now. It's freaking weird.
Jose's busy.
Yeah, he looks real busy right now.
Yeah,
He's doing his
I
life.
just got home from, we were constructing and building floor and walls or whatever in the new place, so it's still a couple more days to go. I gotta take a 5-star shower, and that's not a bad idea. I might go live for an hour or two.
5-star,
Or
5-star heads.
5 stars shower with 1 shower head.
But you said you still got a couple more days till you go live again, or like the regular.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet because it's gonna be really busy until the weekend over here. Like in the mornings, I'm leaving like around the time I used to do my show. I'm living with my brother-in-law is working. I'm going with my sister to repair the house. We got to repair the whole floors and the walls. It was a mess. So we little by little, and it takes me all day because I'm just lazy. Where I do a little measurement and go sit down to have a smoke, and then I go cut the little piece of wood, and I sit down and have another smoke, etc.
Well,
so it takes a long time.
I've been to Florida. I don't know how people work outside in Florida.
Hot, bro. I was sweating like a fucking pig, bro. I took my shirt off and like dripping fucking sweat.
Yeah, I went in October and it was dying. I was like, I'll never come back here again. That was in.
Oh, it was bad. Right now it's kind of
West
full of
Coast.
fresh in the early in the mornings and late at night. It's fresh. It's like 75, so it's fresh for Florida. But in the afternoons and in noon, it's fucking 95 and 100 degrees still.
Well, the last time I was in Florida was many years ago. My grandmother lived out there, and she lived in one of like the old retirement areas, like the golf course things next to canals and shit. It was Port St. Lucie.
Yeah,
and then but when I was there, their garage like went inside, like it was all inside, so I didn't feel outside for the first 4 days. It was like everything was inside. Figured out how the malls worked. It was cool. I liked that. That was the fun part. I almost got eaten by alligators and shit. Florida ain't for me.
Yeah, but I might. Yeah, I might. I was thinking of going live today for a few hours for real, just to hang out. I might do that, and maybe in the next few days, one on, one off, I do a couple afternoons, just random shows.
Yeah.
Not starting my actual new show. I might call it something like the Daily Boom or Your Daily Boom.
Yeah.
Your Daily Boom. Today we talk about bullshit,
Yeah.
etc. Something like that.
It'll be fun. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Your Daily Boom. You heard it here first, guys.
Awesome.
Are you making a graphic for it?
Bro, Channel Q, you're awesome because I used the one you did to me a few times in the beginning, and I used it for the end, and it looked nice with the music. If you could do a little something, I think I'm gonna call it like that. Your Daily Boom, like your daily show or whatever. I think Your Daily Boom it is.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Your Daily Boom. I got it. I noted down a few of them. I noted down a few ideas and I thought about it like, how about Your Daily Boom? I like it. I like the feel of it, So that's gonna be it.
You want it to be your Daily Boom, or this is your Daily Boom?
I was thinking the Daily Boom or Your Daily Boom, like the Daily Show, instead of Show Boom. But I think Your Daily Boom because I want it to be for you, you were no, the Daily Boom. It's not just a Daily Boom. It's your Daily Boom. Yeah, that's it.
Do you still have me on Discord?
Yes.
We're still friends on Discord?
I think we are, yes.
Because I deleted everything and then I lost everybody, so we might not be.
Yeah, I'll look it up. It's still the Y username, right? I'll look it up.
Yeah, the Yoto Hack Mesa.
Yep.
Yo. Well, what kind of... You could send me some stuff. Give me like a week. Send me some stuff with memes of you or whatever you think.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, to use it and then I can match it. Put a little bit of me. Like the last one I did, I put like the little clock ticking in the introduction, and I put like an eye doing all freaky things, and then the music with the presentation you did, and I added some music. It was cool. I got a nice little program in the laptop that I haven't used a lot, but I know how to clip it and put it together and do little stuff. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you could send me some stuff and I could see what stuff works. Whatever you want, just whatever you think would be cool, and then I'll put something together, and then you can see if you like it.
Nice, cool. Yeah, and if you don't put music, it's alright. I'll try to find some little.
Well, you
little
can send me
something to
if
add.
you have music that you want to use that could actually help me put it together. Just
Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'll get a hold
I
of you in the
didn't
next few days.
pick music for the other one because I wasn't sure what your taste would be, and I have my taste. What it's very aggressive and whatever, and I didn't want to pick something because I didn't know what kind of music you liked. But if you want to send me a sample or a link to some music, even you don't even have to send me the sample. You could just send me a link to it, and I can make my own sample of it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Sounds good. I appreciate that. Yeah, excellent.
And then I can make the introduction to the soundtrack, which gives me like some sort of narrative, basically, which is useful.
Sweetness. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was thinking like, what am I gonna do? I played yesterday on the phone on some intro makers samples, little apps and stuff, but it's just weak. It's just bad. And I found one really cool. It was like an apocalypse type of theme, and at the end, like a TV falls, like cracks, and then it started like static, and it shows inside like the belly boom, like staticky, and it has some nice music, like dun, 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 like apocalyptic. But when I saved it, it saved with a big ass banner in the middle, like this is just a trial version. So I said, motherfucker. So yeah, lost.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right, well, you know what?
You
guys can finish this conversation amongst yourselves. I'm getting out of here. I've been trying
Everybody
to leave
left,
for like I've been trying to leave for like an hour now. Channel Q, thank you. Jose, thanks for stopping in. Hopefully, if you don't go live tonight, I think I'm going to, but I'm not sure yet. But hopefully you will, because they all miss you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, like an hour a bit. I think I'll take a shower, I eat something, and I think I'm ready because I usually sit down just to browse around. So I'm gonna turn on my laptop today after 3 days and see if it still works.
Well, shit, even if you don't want to, but you want to do like a panel, let me know and I'll go live just so you can hang out on the panel. Please be on.
Cool. Sounds good. I gotta call my one of my girlfriends later, so I gotta find a window in between that.
All right, sir. I'll talk to you later. Later, channel.
Night.
Alrighty. There go. All right, peoples. I'm getting out of here. I've been trying to leave for like what, hour now? I was gonna say, we didn't. Sorry about not being on 100% topic, but you know how the stream rolls. Conversations meander. Happen. It's fine. But tomorrow I'm gonna definitely gonna talk about some of these conspiracies that I had in mind. Actually, it'd be better because then I have time to actually accumulate more stuff. Yeah, I actually want to make sure, like, what I'm gonna do is, like, today I had that observation. I want to try to have at least one observation a day, or one observation that's being worked on, to present to you guys, to kind of see where things I'm looking at and things that how I'm thinking things work, or if I'm wrong, like I was today. I want to know. I want to see what steps I'm not taking correctly, or what steps I'm missing, or you know what I mean. So I think that'd be a good addition to the stream. And then other than that, tomorrow conspiracies. I probably want to talk about why the government wants to kill us all, why the government wants to infect our brains and control us through air particles instead of in the hospital when we're born, or getting checkups all the time. I don't know. Well, hey, it's a conspiracy. Guess we'll have to see when we get there. For now, again, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the shit out of it. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I know you're sick of hearing it. I'm not gonna say it again today, and I'm out. Peace.